What is going on, Don't Unfriend Me Nation? Welcome to the Don't Unfriend Me Show. We had a wicked freaking scare right before the show. You can't make this up. Like, you just can't make it up. So, do we go into it now or wait for the show to start? All right, we're just going to let the show start. We're going to go. We'll see you guys in a few. We want to get this started. We're already 5 minutes late. Let's make up some time. See you in 3.
It's Red Friday, RED Friday, which stands for Remember Everyone Deployed. A movement designed to honor veterans and deployed U.S. troops by wearing a red shirt every Friday. As simple as that may be, Red Friday is a great way to back those who serve our country. Go to dumbshow.com and search for Red Friday to get your red on.
Hey guys. Barry Morgenstein, America's headshot photographer, coming to you from my New York City studio. Great friend of the Dumb Show. It is now time to put down the camera because it's almost 7 p.m. and I'm gonna watch the coolest, the most real and raw show on the internet. It's on every night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with the coolest guys, Matt, Olivia, Leroy, and Amy. You guys have to tune in to see it. It's gonna be something incredible every night. Check it out.
Adjusting transmitter output.
This is the Don't Unfriend Me Show with your hosts, Matt, Leroy, Amy, and Olivia. Geopolitics, military analysis, and election coverage. Coming to you live on all major social media channels at The Dumb Show. Honest, direct, unfiltered. We can agree, we can disagree. Just don't unfriend me.
All right, so I'm literally like reading all about the letter that the Wall Street Journal, because I'm not going to pay a paywall. So I figure a way to get the article without having to pay for it, because screw the Wall Street Journal. I'm not paying for that schlep of a newspaper.
Yeah.
And so I get the article, and I'm just reading the things they're saying, and I'm thinking of this letter and what it must look like. And I'm imagining a giant Donald Trump signature across, and a chick with boobies and tatas and a little bit of, you know, fur on the tuft area, and it would be like a stick figure, because I can't imagine that Donald Trump would draw very well. His Manhattan drawings that he's done. You saw the video that I did today. And you can see the work he's done. It is what it is. It's nothing extraordinary. And then it's typed, of course. It's typed. So I fabricated a letter in like 10 seconds, Liv.
I know.
Because once you have Donald Trump's signature, you can put whatever you want on it. This is obviously fabricated. So I'm like, all right, well, I'm going to go ahead. By the way, welcome to the Don't Unfriend Me show, folks. Hi, baby. How are you?
Hi.
Did you reset the goal?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't reload the widget. I'm going to do that. There's a big 0. Folks, goal's 300. So, like, how would you describe the first, 635 hits? How would you describe what happened in this house?
I'm upstairs getting ready, put my makeup on, and all of a sudden I hear,
yeah, like maniacal childlike screaming. But
so I
but
come
as a mom, you know the difference between a normal yell, like I'm out of toilet paper, versus holy shit, like the house is on fire.
Yes.
Right,
so
okay.
I run downstairs, like as fast as I humanly can.
Right.
I'm amazed I didn't fall down the stairs. I'm
Right.
such a klutz. And I walk in, and I swear to God, you're as pale as a ghost. You're just like, oh my gosh.
Flipped out.
Yeah.
Completely. And I'm talking to Damani at the time. And I'm like, Damani, I've got this picture to show you, dude. And he's like, done, posting it right now. And this is the letter. A picture of me on my back patio with my new Trump letter. There it is. My new Trump letter. And I literally post the new Trump letter, which I'm calling You Nude. And as I post it, I'm not kidding you. And before I post anything, I go, okay, is this within Facebook regulations? Do I go to X and Rumble and just skip Facebook? And I'm like, this is fine. His autograph is everywhere. This isn't forged. The date's wrong. Everybody will know this is bullshit. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So I'm like, I'm going to post it. I'll be fine. So I post it. I swear to God to you, 3 seconds after I post it, Facebook logs out on my phone. And that's never a good sign. By the way, if Facebook logs out, it's either a forced server restart or your account's been hacked or someone's trying to hack it and security protocols have been kicked in. Those are the only 2 reasons. And I'm like, oh my God. You know, completely dim your mic, dim your monitor, please.
Oh.
We are now literally like if we were vampires, we'd be dead. So it doesn't matter. I just realized every night I'm just going to have to tell you. So anyway.
It's dimmed.
I'm waiting.
It dimmed. I dimmed it.
All right. Well, it wasn't very good. So, all right. So then, it's how I lost my train of thought. It's boarding at the station. 2-2. Okay. I got it. So I go, all right. I need to log back in. Oh, God, please be a server restart, right? Just please, somebody just please tell me. And it goes, your account has been permanently deleted. You have 180 days to appeal. I cannot begin to tell you how
freak out,
how big of a freak out it is, because folks, listen, we might survive, but if we lose Facebook, even though it sucks, we're toast, because like 80% of our stuff, especially our donations, come through Facebook. So we lose that, we pretty much have to start from scratch. And you know, and we've talked about it. We've talked about abandoning Facebook, but it's been good since Damani and I and some other people have been working together. Things have been getting much better. But so I completely flipped out. And so what happened is I'm with Damani, and I literally sent him this picture, and I'm like, dude, and he's like, he LOLs because he gets my sense of humor. And this is what we were just talking about. And Damani, I don't think he'll give a shit that we're talking about this. So this is the conversation. Okay. I said, I think I got a good one coming. And this is early this like at 4:00. And it was the video I just did. You guys saw it today. We'll probably watch it. And I just finished filming. If this doesn't take off, I just suck. And he goes, lots of laughs, looking forward to seeing it. And then I go, man, you are helping so much, and I appreciate it, man. Thanks so much for always sharing my stuff. And he goes, of course, brother, iron sharpens iron. You're one of the very few people I trust and appreciate in this space. It's very sweet, right? It's a nice thing to say. Mm-hmm. They can't hear that. You got to say, mm-hmm, in near the mic.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, putting a Tums in.
Yeah, but they can't hear you. So if you, mm-hmm. Plus, Debbie might be listening, and she probably would enjoy the, mm-hmm.
No, she's already said that I was underneath the desk.
Listen,
distracting
there was no video. Okay, so he goes, you're one of the very few people I trust and appreciate in this space. And that got an awe moment for me at the dinner table. So I decided to write something heartfelt back. And I said, I wanted you to know that I'm white. It's about time you should know. I've been wanting to let you know for a while now. And then he puts Dave Chappelle, a trickster's meme up there. And then I sent him this. I literally sent him the picture. Let's see. Oh, I got to turn this down.
Yeah, you can't really see.
Yeah, you will in 2 seconds. So I sent him this picture. Okay, there. Now you can see it. So I sent him the picture. Okay. And then I follow up with, oh my God, I just got permanently banned on Facebook. And he goes, seems legit. We'll share immediately and comment. Blessings. I'm like, no, God damn it. I didn't say God damn it. I said, no, brother, I got banned. No fucking joke. Facebook accounts deleted by Facebook. He goes, lying ass, don't play with me. And he goes, you posted 5 minutes ago. And I said, I swear on my children's lives. And he goes, question mark, question mark, question mark. And I go, they just deleted it for 100 days and said I am done. My page is down on Facebook. And he goes, liar, what's next? Epstein killed himself and Lindsey Graham is straight? I'm like, fuck, dude. No. So then I go, dude, you're killing me. And I send him this. Matthew submitted appeal. It usually takes a few days. If we find your account doesn't follow community standards, it'll be permanently disabled and you won't be able to appeal again. And I'm going, what the? Everything's just been starting to go good. We're finally getting some traction on Facebook, and God bless America, that happens. So at this point, we're still talking to Damani. And then it says, after reviewing your appeal, your page, Matthew and Spear, has been published. This means it can now be viewed publicly. Literally took 2 minutes, and my page has stayed up the whole time. So I remember a long time ago in like 2020, this happened. Mm-hmm. Page published again. But I'm sending this to Damani, and he thinks I'm lying to him. So everyone, Olivia, what did you say to him?
I get on the phone. I said, I'm serious. This is absolutely 100% true. And
he's like, yeah, whatever, Olivia.
Laughing. And then my thoughts went to, is he playing a joke? Did he do something and play a joke? Did he hack us? And that's where my brain went, was like, Damani's playing a joke. And yeah, it was crap.
So
it kind of goes along with what happened yesterday. So.
Right.
Which
it's a whole other story.
Yeah.
So at this point, I'm like I'm like, okay, how do we function? Like it's time to go into serious mode. We're done. We're gonna lose 250,000 people, and the rest of our accounts are maybe 10,000 people. Like, we are in some serious shit. But those channels, honestly, are better than Facebook when it comes to overall participation from the live show. So, like, people will get the word. They'll find out. Damani will help, whatever. But Damani's still telling Olivia. He's like, Olivia, come on. And I'm like, oh, my God, will you please tell him that we're not kidding? And he doesn't know me well enough. So I'm like, dude, I would never joke about this. So he's like, wait a second. What happened? And I told him. So what had happened is that somebody went ahead and duped my account. This has happened before. People, you get bigger and people do it. So this person dupes their account. And you can see that's not my photo.
You're also Matthew Owen Spear on your Facebook page.
So somebody tries to dupe my account. So what they do is when that happens, they immediately shut everything down because they don't know who's real, who's fake, whatever, and it's against the rules. So...
what happened to people have the same name?
it's not. They duped my account, which means they duplicated everything.
Oh.
And all they do is say it's like Matthew. Instead of Owen, they'll put 2 N's. And it looks like me, but it's not me. But they duped everything. They got the kids' pictures. They did everything. And so they locked me out. The moment that now, if that person had my ID and stuff, then I'm screwed.
That's really, really scary. How are they able to get all the pictures and shit?
Oh my God.
I don't know how you
Olivia, they duped the account.
I get that, but there's
Dupe means duplicate.
Yes, but how fast? I mean,
It's a program. It's Chinese hackers. They're Korean hackers. They hit a button and they duplicate the account. And then they just create a new account and they have a program that does auto uploads, and then Facebook catches it sometimes and sometimes they don't. It's a duplication scheme. And they do that because what they're going to do is send all my supporters and all my friends messages and say, hey, I'm Matt Spear. I'm actually stuck on the side of the road. I need $100. Do you have a PayPal app? Please help me. And they're going to raise money that way. That's what they do. They're evil sons of bitches. But what they really want is the Don't Unfriend Me account. So what they do is they duplicate the account and they appeal to Facebook and say, this guy's, and then they try to create this big drama to screw me over because we're telling the truth and they don't like it. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
you can take that picture off if you would like.
No, why?
I don't know.
Why don't you like my picture?
I do like your picture, but I'm looking at the real thing. I don't need to look at a picture.
I'm trying to tell a story that has everything to do with the picture. I'm not done yet. Okay. Why don't? So anyway, it's going to be one of these days. What's wrong with this picture? Is it the face of Worry Me Elmo?
Worry Me Elmo.
Okay. Yeah, I've been trying to get a blue check mark forever. You think I'd be able to, but they still, like stars, they won't give it. So this is ultimately was going to be the joke. And I was going to read my letter. Would you like to read the letter?
No. You can absolutely read that letter. You do a better Trump than me.
I don't do a Trump at all.
Well.
It doesn't matter. You can go read it on the website. Olivia's being a fuddy-duddy. I don't know what she has a problem with the letter. She didn't get the joke. I think that's why, and it's like scarred her forever. She's like, even though she just watched the video and I explained it to her and she read the letter and she's like, I don't get it.
I didn't say I don't get it. I was trying to figure out what the handwritten thing above the picture was. That's
nude.
What I was trying. I couldn't figure it out.
Like Matt nude, yeah.
I got it, but it took me a few, and then you didn't give me a chance to get it. I would have gotten it, but I'm not freaking nearly as smart and quick as you.
We didn't have all night. Oh my God. Has it been a week? Is that what's going on? Is it because we didn't complete the ceremony this morning or what?
Yeah.
Do you need a kiss? Do you need a hug? Oh, come here. 1 second. Hold 1 second. I got to take care of mama. They don't need to see it. If you want to see it, join our OnlyFans account. All right.
Oh, goodness.
So, Matt sounded like Officer Doofy. Don't bother him when he's cleaning. Don't bother me when I'm cleaning my room.
That's when you know you become a man, Doofy.
Oh God, what is that?
My
ass. Special Officer Doofy reporting for service.
I think it's duty.
Duty.
Kale swallows.
Kale swallows. All right.
All right.
So we haven't prepared anything for a show.
Yeah, it was.
This has been stressful after last night, which was and then this.
I'll just do quick. Did we talk about the window? Did you talk about the window?
No, tell them about the window.
Okay, so
tell them about the window.
Things happen in threes. So last week I was at the library with the kids I nanny for, and I always keep my phone underneath my thigh when I'm holding the kids on my lap because it always falls out of my pocket. Well, a little kid next to me trips backwards, and before I can catch it, manages the head lands on my phone and cracks my phone.
What are we talking about the phone for? They were talking about the door.
No, they talk in threes.
Oh.
They happen in threes.
Oh, okay.
So my phone screen cracks. And it's, of course, at the top, so Face ID and no front camera, and I can't get in some of my apps now because it just kind of.
What did you do? Did you look at it? Sorry.
It's gonna be one of those nights. One of us is gonna get slapped at the end of the night. It's Carly and me.
Please.
I'll get spanked. You can have me slapped.
Yes, sir.
So my phone is now cracked, my screen. So last night, and it was before the show, it was like right after dinner, or no, it was right when I got home. Matt was in the office. I was just talking to him. Hayden was downstairs or something, and Ethan is in the kitchen. And all of a sudden we hear this like pop crack. And we're like, what in the world is that? So I walk over by the front door where I hear the sound, and one of the windows, because our old office door, it's like 8 separate windows in each door.
Which is like $750 to replace. So we're like, we can do without the window.
So one of the windows shattered.
Just shattered.
And we thought there was a hole in the middle. So Matt immediately thinks, oh, someone took a shot at the house.
Yeah, because that's what it looked like. So I grab the gun. I tell everyone to get down and get back. And because I don't put it past people to do that.
Yeah. So that's shattered. We're like, great. So Hayden wants to go to an amusement park this weekend with just friends.
Oh yeah, this is crazy.
18-year-olds driving. So we're like, okay, we got to let her go at some point. But we said, in order for you to go, you have to clean your room. It must be perfect. And your bathroom must be perfect, because her room,
which is a gargantuan task.
oh my gosh, there's no floor under her bed. The closet is just crap shoved in it. It is.
Let me give you an example. Like I'll reach underneath the bed to grab something that I see, and then all of a sudden a voice comes down from the recesses of hell and says, "Give it back."
Yeah, that's pretty much her room.
Pretty much like literally any of the bowls and spoons walk on their own, and they do nightly dance routines. It's really fucking crazy.
And I've always blamed her for taking all my stuff. Yesterday she comes up, Mom, I found a lot of your Tupperware.
Here's your wardrobe.
Yeah, half my wardrobe's in her closet. She didn't give it back. She hung it up in her closet.
Right.
Well, so she was very, very proud of herself. She FaceTimed me when I was at work. Her room looks beautiful. Her closet is extremely organized.
Looks perfect.
Looks great. Perfect. Last night, she calls me, Mom. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what? I go downstairs. Her entire shelving unit where everything is on and hung up collapses. And the entire closet,
whole closet
poof,
comes down.
And
like everything's on the floor. It basically looked exactly like it did before she started.
And she's just like on the bed, like in tears, feeling dejected. And we're like,
and her boyfriend's there, and I'm like, what did you do? And he's looking at me, I didn't do anything. I'm like, uh-huh.
It is, we're like, so there's the 3. So that was our night last night. So she still gets to go because it's not her fault the closet collapsed, but we're building her a new shelving unit on Sunday. So yeah, both kids are gone, and that's what we're doing.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, what you keep hitting the table. I was like, what are we gonna do? Sorry. And we're like, let's build.
Cats wants in.
One of the cats.
One of the animals.
Yeti!
One of the animals.
Get your ass in here, you little shit.
Hi, Annie.
So anyway,
here she comes.
That was our. It goes in 3s. No more. We don't want any more. And Facebook. So we're done. So it's been a night. So can I make a request? Can we just get donations out of the way? Yes. Can we just like crush this shit so we can focus on the show? Because honestly, we're not ready for it. I feel horrible, but it is what it is. We'll try to give you a good show anyway. Please share on Twitter and all that type of stuff, and let's get going.
Thank you, Angela. Oh. Happy Red Friday to start the show.
Thank you, Angela.
It was supposed to be Angela. I accidentally copied and pasted the message in her name. It was Angela. Gosh, I'm very sorry.
Thanks, Angela. We do appreciate it.
See, it's one of those days. It's a Friday. It feels like a Monday.
It's been a day.
But it's a Friday.
I do it on a Monday, my heart stood still. I do run. I do. Carrie,
I was thinking of days of the week. Days of the week. That's the nanny side coming to me.
It's Friday, getting down on Friday.
Oh, it's going to be one of
getting ready for the weekend.
If anyone wants to call in, phone line is hopefully open.
Partying, yeah. Partying, yeah. Fun. The chick is evil.
Fun.
She got hot though. For a lesbian and gay as a $3 bill. All right, let's move on. We got a lot to do. So please share, please like, subscribe, all that type of stuff. I realize.
Thank you, Mike Lynch.
Thanks, Mike Lynch. Here's for the stress of almost losing your account. Yeah, that would have sucked. Like that would have been hey guys, we're not coming on. That would have been one of those nights. All right, spam, like, do all that type of stuff. So want to show you something. Now.
Not Yenny's butt, but.
Yeah, that's new. So listen. The news cycle is really important. And do you know what Friday Reset is, Liv? Get off the firearm, cat. No, get off of it. Get off my optics. No. Stop.
She's looking at you like,
no,
dare you touch me?
Bad
Look at her.
kitty. Bad kitty.
Don't give me that look. Don't tattle on Dad.
So she always screws around with my optics, and then I get cat hair and I got to clean the damn thing up. All right. So
isn't the Friday Reset is like the news cycles people don't want to hear? They put on like Friday at like 5 o'clock, and hopefully they disappear into the weekend.
Or if you want to reset the week, you carry a topic that they feel will carry the weekend, so you control the narrative going into the next week. And that's most assuredly what they're doing. They're trying to shift from the Epstein debacle. What they're doing is that they're asking for the grand jury records to be released. No judge is going to do that because that's all that really is remaining. And that's why they haven't released any more, is because everything else is under sealed indictment. So the judge is going to say no, and then Trump can say, hey, we tried. Judges suck, don't they? Maybe, this is welcome to my world where judges make my life a living hell. They have too much power. It'll be a perfect statement. That's what he'll say. Watch. But let her sit with you. Yeah, I do let her sit. She doesn't want to sit with me. She literally wants to make love to my $1,500 firearm and molest it with her nose and fur. And no is the answer. No.
She's sulking.
I don't care. You don't get to, no, stay away. So they released this on a Friday in order to reset the Monday, but this is it. Tulsi Gabbard came out and released a memo, creation of the Russian hoax. Real intel assessment, Russian and criminal actors did not impact recent U.S. election results by conducting cyber attacks on infrastructure. Donald Trump wins election. December 8th, POTUS briefing polled IC, the intelligence community, polls product that contradicts Russian hoax narratives. Secret Russian media, Obama officials meet to plan the Russian hoax. December 9th, Obama order, the IC, the intel community, begins outlining new assessment to claim election was hacked. Washington Post, secret CIA assessment says Russia was trying to help Trump win the White House. The deep state leaks come through. U.S. officials, Putin personally involved in U.S. election hack. Fake weaponized assessment suppressed prior intelligence showing Russia lacked intent and capability to hack the 2016 election. Release this. And folks, dare I say that this is a pretty big deal. This is the assessment and was just released by the DNI. It says, we assess that Russian and criminal actors did not impact recent U.S. elections. Results by conducting malicious cyber activities against election infrastructure. The next one. The IC is prepared to produce an assessment per the president's request that pulls together the information we have on the tools Moscow used and actions it took to influence. And honestly, it goes into the level of preparedness of Russia was essentially nil. This whole thing was smoke and mirrors. Says on Friday, Director of National Intelligence DNI Tulsi Gabbard revealed overwhelming evidence that demonstrates how after President Trump won the 2016 election against Hillary Clinton, President Obama and his national security cabinet members manufactured and politicized intelligence to lay the groundwork for what was essentially a years-long coup against Trump. So, Liv, I mean, do you want to know what the good news is?
Sure.
Nothing's going to happen. Nothing's going to happen.
I've come to expect that.
Yeah. I mean, listen, please call into the show if you disagree. Phone number is, Liv, can you start writing that down?
Mm-hmm. I thought I copied it. Let me see.
I'm looking. Call us at 276-200-2105. And we would like to start getting more call-ins here, okay? So please pick up the phone and call. First-time callers. We always have the same people calling. We would love to hear some first-time callers, please. We would really like that. So what you basically have, Russian collusion, completely a hoax, like we said. 51 intelligence officials. You've got DNI dropping us. Now, of course, this is to distract from Epstein. Of course, anyone who believes that it's not, of course this is. This is basically a warning. This is Donald Trump saying, you're going to fuck with me. You're going to go ahead and try to release shit that we know has my name in it to discredit me. Fine. You want to burn me? I'm going to burn you. Donald Trump's not playing around. This is expected. But is anything going to happen? No. You're not going to get it. And I wish we would. 51.99. Robbie Richardson, happy Friday. Yippee. Thank you. I guess I should say it better. Yippee.
Yippee.
I can't do it better. Hey, caller, where are you from?
I'm calling from Texas.
Okay, who are we talking to?
Rohan?
Rohan?
Yes.
Rohan the Destroyer?
It could be.
Rohan the Destroyer. Good to talk to you, man.
Hi, Rohan.
I love your films.
Hello, how you doing?
Yeah.
Good. I watch you. I mean, we don't agree on everything, but I like your show in general.
Okay.
So I do like your show in general.
What do we agree on?
Well, I agree on a lot of things like his economic stuff. You guys talk about the border, deportations, things like that.
Okay.
You know, give it American citizens are the ones who deserve the jobs and not illegals.
Okay.
And that's actually my segue.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, this has been under the radar, kind of, but the Dignity Act, are you familiar with that?
Nope. Tell
me. That was just rejected by the White House?
Yeah, tell me. Well, first of all, tell the listeners it, and then I'll interject what my thoughts are on it. But I'm familiar with it, but it sounds like you know it very well. So you educate us.
Okay, the Dignity Act was a bipartisan, by two individuals, by Congresswoman Veronica Escobar. She's a Democrat. She's in Texas. Figure that. And then the other one is a Republican, so-called Republican from Florida, Southern Florida, Congresswoman Salazar.
Yep.
And she's, I know why she wants it, because she's Hispanic, and I think she represents a primarily Hispanic district. But basically, it was allowed for illegal aliens who came before 2022, before 2020, basically before President Trump took office, to apply for, I guess, amnesty status for 7 years, pay a fine, and basically stay here with really no, I mean, it's like an open border bill. It basically is like a DACA too, to me. So I'm glad it was rejected by the White House, but why do you think they keep on pushing this stuff?
Yeah. So it's a really good question. So there's a couple theories, right? Most of the ones that are probably the more accurate get labeled as conspiracy theory, which is the Great Replacement theory, which believes that white America is detrimental to the forward progress of our country compared to the rest of the world. I do agree with that for the most part. Yeah. I think there is a Great Replacement theory. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you agree with me, but I believe there is a Great Replacement theory. I'm actually an immigrant myself. Mm-hmm. And I'm actually from Asia, South Asia, Sri Lanka. Oh, I've been to Sri Lanka, Indonesia, French Polynesia. I was on Com 7th Fleet, so we would go all up and down there. But it's not important. The point is, listen, whether we agree that it's a real thing or not, the result is, and it is happening. The largest demographic in this country ultimately will be Latin American within the next 30 years if this continues and this trend continues.
Yes.
And I don't think that there's anything wrong with that as long as that culture assimilates to American values. If they don't,
I agree with you 100% on assimilation. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good. Okay. So that's one reason. A second reason is that let's be honest. Illegals aren't voting in a way that ultimately is going to alter an election. But what they do is that their body count, because of the census and because in 2020 census and 2010 census, they were no longer allowed to ask the following question, which is, where are you from and are you an illegal or a legal American citizen? By doing so, they're getting counted, and this is why California has gained a plethora of House seats and district representation, is because they have a mass import of illegals. So another reason for it is obviously to change the electoral map from the most powerful position in our government, which is the House. The House controls the purse string. They write the laws. It's a fairly prestigious position. And has a lot of change that comes with it. So owning it is very important. Plus, with political lawfare, it gives them subpoena power. So that's another reason. And I think the third and most important reason is because the one thing that they need more than anything is people to do the things that are considered menial or considered beneath the elite class. And it's not that Americans don't want to wash dishes. It's not that Americans don't want to pick crops and they don't want to paint houses and they don't want to rake fields and do landscaping. It's the fact that these jobs are so impossible to compete with the expectations of what an American worker expects versus somebody who is illegal, because illegals will do it for 33% less. And therefore, there is stagnation in those jobs. They haven't increased with the COLA of the rest of the United States. They haven't increased their overall PPA. They haven't increased overall cost per living. And that makes these jobs stagnant and complete hole in the walls. But if you take a look at waiters or waitresses or cooks or front-end supervisors, all of those positions have gone up in pay, but a dishwasher still makes exactly what they made 25 years ago compared to today when it comes to inflation. So if you take the illegals out, you're right. They don't want these jobs now. But if you remove the cheap labor, then those jobs are forced to be paid at a respectable wage, which would then encourage Americans to do it. Democrats don't want this.
And wouldn't it drive up wages at the same time by removing the illegal alien worker concept?
Yeah, but then you don't get people on welfare. Then you don't have black people. Black people get to find jobs. And then, Mexicans and Asians who are in lower income neighborhoods find jobs that are stepping stones, something other than McDonald's. What you do is you get these jobs that ultimately give them experience in learning a trade or learning a retail position or learning how to be a front-end cook. And then they can go ahead and move to that to bartender. Then maybe they can be the fry guy. Then they get a shift supervisor position. And then they get managerial experience and can leave the restaurant industry and translates into a more lucrative job. This is what they don't want, because that's advancement. What they want is their people not to have career opportunities, so they have to stay on welfare. They have to continue to have kids and continue to create the next voting bloc in these inner cities, which is their stronghold. That's what they want. That's what they're doing, and it's probably a mixture of all three.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. It's the welfare state. You're right. I believe Democrats do want to maintain the welfare state.
Rohan, how long have you been listening, and tell me a little bit about you as far as your politics in Texas. Where are you in Texas?
I am in South Texas. I'm in Medina County, which is next to Bexar County, where San Antonio, it's very, very far left-wing liberal.
Yeah.
I'm in Medina County, which is almost as large as Bexar County. However, the population is very, very different. They're like, it's a night and day. This is a population probably less than 30 or 40,000. This whole county I'm talking about, probably less than 50,000.
Wow.
So it's mostly rural. It's mostly ranch land, mostly conservative. I live in Castroville, Texas area, Medina County. So I'm nominally a Republican. I'm more conservative. I don't agree with everything. Obviously, I do support President Trump. In general, I support him. I wouldn't vote for a Democrat, even if I don't like some of the things President Trump supports.
Mm-hmm.
Which there are a few things I think Republicans are losing the vote block on. And I think Republicans should get out of that business. For one thing, you may or may not agree with this. There are two things, actually.
Sure.
The first thing is that I am not a supporter of abortion.
Mm-hmm.
However, I don't believe it's my business or somebody else's business to tell a woman or their significant other that you shouldn't kill your baby. Because basically that's killing your baby.
Sure.
Where the government should get involved is do not fund Planned Parenthood. That's where I draw the line. As far as government goes, I think people need to keep their nose out of other people's business when it comes to abortion. I don't agree with it. I'm pro-life, but I don't believe in legislating the aspect of for or against. I'm only for legislating against government providing funds to Planned Parenthood to kill babies. That's it. And the second thing is, I know this is a controversial topic, maybe, but marijuana. I think marijuana should be legalized, but controlled. Just like liquor and, just like cigarettes are controlled, just like beer and, anything liquor is controlled. Because we need to concentrate on the big guys, not the guy, not somebody who's smoking on the street corner, which people don't like. It may not be the greatest thing, or somebody who's, having a pot farm in their house. They're smoking weed in their house. They're just smoking in front of their porch. I don't, you shouldn't go around arresting people for that. To me, it's ridiculous. So, like I said, I don't agree with everything President Trump, but I won't stop supporting him. And as far as the Epstein files, I don't blame him for it necessarily. I think Attorney General Bondi just blew it big time.
Yep.
She blew it big time. She should have released not the videos. That's horrific. I've heard about it. I don't want to see, pornography.
Yeah, nobody wants to see that stuff.
But the list, you're not showing videos. You're just showing a name. Fine, vet the list, go through the vetting process of the list and release it. I don't know what the big deal is. But
so a couple things. One is that I'll never argue individual opinions, right? So your opinion on abortion and your opinion on marijuana is there's nothing to disagree. Now, if you came in here and you're like, listen, I want to state some fact, then I will usually take umbrage with that. But opinions, I never, very rarely challenge opinions because you have a right to have an opinion. There's and we're not going to get into that. Most hosts are going to be like, well, I've got a question about blah, blah, blah. Where does life begin? And well, why don't we take a look at Colorado's stats? And trust me, Colorado, the state of Colorado was completely destroyed by marijuana at a massive scale and state-controlled marijuana and distribution. It ruined Colorado. And I have all the stats for it because we live there. We know. And it just destroyed that state. But
I've read about Colorado. That's why I've read a lot about Colorado and how it has affected Colorado and marijuana. So, there are two sides to every story.
Yes, there are. Yes, there are. But you know what? You should be able to smoke a joint if you want to. That's up to you. And Olivia and I can both completely agree. If you want to go out there and have a glass of whiskey and smoke a joint, good for you, right? I mean, we're good with that.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but when we're talking about, when we're talking about difference of opinion about how Trump does what or whatever, I will get into the Bondi thing. Now, I'm not going to defend Pam Bondi. There's both things can be true. Pam Bondi could be a good person, and Pam,
yes, I agree.
Yep, and she could also have got caught up in the limelight for a place where she played second fiddle in Florida to DeSantis. She played second fiddle to Scott. She played second fiddle just about everybody in Florida in the Trump campaign, and getting selected for AG, she was the second choice. Matt Gaetz was the original choice, and I believe
I would have supported Matt Gaetz. I liked him because he's a barn burner. Maybe you may not like him, but he goes after you.
I don't like obstructionists, so no, I'm not a big fan of his politics, but I do like him as a person. He's just a guy that I'd have a beer with, and he has friends that I have friends with, and I respect that. The problem I have with Pam Bondi and what people are doing going after her is, one is she definitely got ahead of her skis. She wasn't briefed. She wasn't in the role for very long. She had just gotten confirmed, and she already made promises that she had no idea about. And that is what you can't do. When you're working for a state, you can kind of bullshit your way through the job, but when you are on a federal level, you can't. There are too many people watching you. There's too many ears and eyes on it. And she got a crash course on getting ahead of your skis on a national level. And this was a huge mistake. But as I talked about in the video today, I don't know if you watched it. It's an 8-minute video. Go watch it. It's about Donald Trump, and you can kind of get an idea. I do walk through the processes of why they're not releasing more, because I truly believe there's nothing else at their level that they can release. There's still cases going on. There's still grand jury and sealed indictments on this stuff. So if they truly want to release names and everything else of people who are accused or witness statements, most of that stuff has been locked up and sealed pretty tight until the appeal processes are over, the investigations are over, and the statute of limitations is expired. Freedom of Information Act FOIA is going to be something that people can use within the next year and a half or so, where they can start using Freedom of Information Act going back to 2004, 2008, 2016, when some of these things really came about. But Donald Trump can't unseal a judge's order. That's not the way it works.
Right.
And neither can Pam Bondi. So I think a lot of this stuff is behind lock and key, and that's why they kicked it off to the grand jury. The judge is going to say no, and then Donald Trump is going to use this for a wonderful soundbite where he says, "Hey, I told you judges have too much power. I want to release this stuff." It's a perfect soundbite. It's what I would write for him if I was running his administration. I'm not, but I'm pretty good at guessing what he says, and I promise you that soundbite will be coming in the next week or so.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's good for him because he can say, "Hey, I tried, but the judge, obviously, the judge won't release, won't allow me to release it. There's nothing more I can do." So you're right. He has a fallback.
Yeah. Ron, the one thing we do here is you get 1 minute. Did you want to ask Olivia anything? Because I totally get it. If you don't.
Well, I've been watching. Actually, you asked me when I started watching you guys.
Yeah.
I actually started watching you guys during the presidential campaign, and I know Olivia. I know you. I guess you weren't as so much on the Trump train as your husband was, yeah. and I know you had some questions, maybe not misgivings, but questions about him. So, and the reason I say that, I see your Trump van shirt. I'm watching you on my TV, so I see your Trump van shirt. You have a Trump van shirt on.
So the Houston Astros hat on too. So because we're from Texas.
Oh, okay, yeah, you Astros. Okay. So what kind of pushed you closer to the Trump Vance team?
I threatened to divorce her.
Yeah. Yeah. My husband told me I had to vote for him, so I did. I also got a Pepsi for it. It's gonna be one of those
very
nights.
good. You did great.
Thanks. He stopped talking about stolen election, and he stopped complaining and bitching about it, and the world's against him and everyone's against him. And he actually started focusing on what he wants to do to change and how he wants to fix the America that Biden ruined. And he started going forward instead of staying in the past. And that's what I wanted from him. I wanted to hear what he was going to do in his second term as opposed to what happened to him in his first term. And he changed. So, but I was always going to vote for him if he was the candidate. Regardless, I was going to vote for him because there was no way in hell I was going to vote for freaking Biden or Kamala. Not a chance. But I was not all for him when it came to the primaries. When there was other people possibly who could become the candidate. So. But no, he became my vote. So
I'm
happy. Yep.
We did it, Joe.
We did it.
You weren't going to vote for Kamala? You sure?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I kind of get that.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good question.
I'm okay being a deplorable.
That's a good question. I mean, it really is a good question. It's very well thought out. Mm-hmm. So you've been watching since the election, then. That's good. That's a good time.
Yeah, so I got a question for you.
Been.
Oh, Olivia has a question. Go ahead.
Pineapple on pizza?
Oh, fuck.
I'm sorry. What was it? Can you repeat the question?
Do you eat pineapple on pizza?
You're Asian.
I do eat pineapple. If you ask me, do I eat pizza? Yes.
That's the second person in a row.
No.
Yes.
No. Mr. Ken Good said absolutely no pineapple on pizza.
Well, my wife is the one who kind of got me on this. You're probably referring to Hawaiian pizza.
Yeah, because he's Asian. That's not fair. You can't do that. Hawaiian pizza. It's full of Japanese people. Not that you're Japanese, but on this show, everyone's Japanese or everyone's Mexican. It's one of the two. So you believe that? Okay, you think it's okay, but do you like it?
Are you asking me or your wife?
I'm asking. I know what my wife is. She orders that shit all the time.
Oh, you're asking me. Okay. Yes, I do. I do like it. I don't have anything against it.
All right.
So if I was stranded on an island and the only thing I had left to eat was a Hawaiian pizza, yes, I would eat it.
And, Ken did say, because I remember freaking out because I was watching the whole interview and I remember him saying yes. And I was like, yes, he's on my
Ken said no.
No, he didn't.
Ken said no. You're thinking of T.S. Dixon. Ken said no. He said no pineapple on pizza. Trust me, we asked him. Listen, we can play the tape.
We can.
Okay, you're wrong.
I swear to God, he said yes.
He didn't say yes. So anyway, Rohan, you get the last minute, man. You get to say whatever you want. It's kind of a tradition here. So please take your minute, and we'll let you go. And we hope you call back again.
Okay. Well, what I do want to say is, again, I am a more conservative than Republican. I'm not really Republican, but I get into the weeds of a lot of everything. I don't just take people's word for anything. I do my research and I see what what just like the big beautiful bill.
Yeah.
In general, it's a good bill, but there's some things that aren't.
Yep.
But you have to take what you can get at the moment. When you can't, it's like what is it, snatching a defeat out of jaws of victory.
Yeah.
I use that analogy.
Yeah, me too. I use that too.
So you can't. Yes, it's may not be the best, but there are a lot of good things in it. And he's got 4 years. Well, we have a midterm. We don't know what's going to happen next time.
Right.
But at least he's got another year and a half to get more legislation to get the other things going. So, and plus I'm married. I have 2 kids. They're young. They're going to school. One goes to private school. One goes to public school. And so, and I'm also retired military. I know you're military. I'm retired military. I retired from the Air Force.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, from Lackland Air Force Base.
What did you do in the Air Force?
I was a personnelist. So I worked, basically I was a 732XO.
Okay.
Which is personnel.
Outstanding.
And
Thank you for your service.
I appreciate it. Thank you. And I've been deployed twice to the Middle East, not after the war and during it, and close enough to get killed by missiles from Iraq.
Yeah.
When I was in the UAE, I was in Kuwait.
Okay. Kuwait and the UAE.
And I was at I believe Al Dhafra.
Oh, okay. Yep. What years?
I was at Al. I retired in 2009 from Lackland, so I believe 1 year was around 2001, around 9/11. That's what I was, and that's why I was stationed in Lackland. That's when I went to Kuwait. And when I went to UAE, I was stationed at Ramstein Air Force Base in Germany, and that was in late 90s, probably like 98, 99.
You were in Ramstein in 98, 99.
I was in the Air Force for almost 24 years, 23 years and 9 months. So out of the 23 years and 9 months, I was in Europe for almost 13 years.
We might.
So yes, I was at Ramstein Air Force Base. I was at Sembach Air Force Base. I was at RAF Bentwaters, and I was at Torrejon Air Base in Madrid, Spain.
We'll have to talk in Ramstein, but did a couple hops in Ramstein, 98, 99. I probably would never have crossed paths being in personnel, but you never know. But yeah, it's funny. One of our friends of my son, his father watches the show and found out that he was on the USS Enterprise in my battle group when I was in Yokosuka, Japan, and I was on the USS Blue Ridge. We were docked right next to each other. And he's just like, I watch your show. I love your show. And by the way, and he starts telling me all this stuff. And I'm like, holy shit, this guy was in the...
Did you write him back?
I haven't had a chance.
Okay.
I've been a little busy, But yeah, so it's small world and service always is. And if you've been in long enough, you usually cross paths with somebody. And sounds like that we at least stepped on the same asphalt. So it's interesting.
Yeah, because the service, the service has shaped a lot of my views, especially being deployed. There are a lot of things we need to, like, for example, I don't want to go over my time limit, but, radical Islamic terrorism, it's real. I've been outside the wire, walking around the town, and I guess I'll end it with this, is that, I know a lot of people have issues with Israel, but I support Israel, and I'm going to say this. The reason I support Israel, I've been to the Middle East. Mm-hmm. I've seen it. I've seen the hate.
Yeah.
And like I know you've heard you said, in war, bad things happen. Mm-hmm. Civilians get killed. Well, 99% of the time it's not intentional. Almost all the time it's not intentional. It's collateral damage. It's part of war. It's horrible. It happens. Mm-hmm. And the way if Israel didn't defend itself and do what they have to do, yes, other people have been killed, but then they also put their weapons in people's homes, under hospitals, under mosques, tunnels. So they're doing what they have to do, and I don't understand why it's so hard for people to understand. And obviously, I don't understand why it's so hard for people to understand. Especially me I've been to the Middle East. I've seen it. Mm-hmm. I've seen how people look at others. As a matter of fact, when we went to Saudi Arabia, going through Saudi Arabia, we had to go through Saudi customs, and they look for Bibles. They look for the Star of David. And you're like, they don't like Israelis or Jews. So, those are the things that
not many do, and you make a good point. And we were talking about this, and I can't remember who said it, but it was on Rogan. And they basically said if Hamas laid down its arms tomorrow, people would be arrested. People would face trial. Some would be summarily executed. Others would spend their life in prison. some would receive, the extent of the law, and then others would be able to be released to have a full and productive life. If Israel surrendered tomorrow, every single Jew in Israel would be murdered.
Oh yeah, I totally agree with you.
Right, so
They don't
there's
have a chance.
No, they don't. So that's the big difference. Hey, Rohan, I really appreciate the conversation, man. Please call in again. It was a
Absolutely.
great phone call, and
Yeah.
we hope that you call in again. Okay.
Sure, no problem. I will. Have a good day.
All right,
Thanks
brother.
so
Have a good
much.
day.
I'm dying here.
Yeah. Are you upset that he's leaving?
No, I coughed in my water.
It's good. That was a good phone call. Like if we
a
could do
great
that,
phone
if we could
call.
do that more often, that would be really cool.
Andrea Beal.
Andrea Beal, $5. Thank you, Andrea. That's a new one.
Yes,
Yeah,
I think so.
Andrea Beal's new. It sounds very new. Thank you, ma'am. We appreciate it. $91.99. A good phone call. Like that's the way it should be. It should be, fun phone calls.
It was great.
I like phone calls. There's some news.
Here's some news. What if the moon?
Here's
made
some
a
news. Stephen Colbert has officially. Jeez,
I think it's
what the fuck? Will
hilarious.
you read that off, please? Just can you read these off? I can't see them.
Sandra Season, $20. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sandra. What happened?
His show got canceled.
Yes, Colbert is canceled. Here he is, and here is a little bit of a theory that's going on in regards to why he was canceled. They're blaming it on who, of course.
Trump.
Of course.
Why would they wouldn't blame it on anyone else?
Of course, it's Donald Trump. Holy crap.
We got people.
Hi. Thank you for calling the Don't Unfriend Me show.
Hi.
Who is this?
Hello, Matt.
Yes, hello. Who are we talking?
This is Lori
Hi, Lori.
Lori.
Where are you from?
Canada.
I know you're from Canada.
Canada.
It says Canada on the phone.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Lori, what's your last name? Can you tell me that?
Rogers. Yeah, Lori Rogers.
Awesome.
Rogers.
I don't have a problem with that.
Nice to have you on. What did you want to talk about tonight?
I wanted to ask you guys, I want to tell you guys, I've been listening to you for a while.
Uh-huh.
And I learned so much from you guys about American politics that I did not know.
Oh, great.
So thank you.
Sure.
Number one. Yeah. And you know what I wanted to ask you?
Huh.
One question I wanted to ask you was, why the heck does, about the judge thing, the judges, why can't they be fired? Who did that?
Well, are we talking?
no.
Are we talking about the federal judges being able to
Yes.
limit?
Yes.
Well,
Yes.
yeah.
That's what I'm.
It's
One of my questions I did not understand.
yeah.
It's like, why are they appointed for life?
Oh, so like Supreme
guess.
Court?
Yes.
So that's a good question. So the founding fathers believed that
Yeah.
a lifetime appointment on the Supreme Court justices, especially the way that they were treated by Abraham Lincoln.
Mhm.
If you take a look, justices weren't necessarily trusted. And the reason why is because they would come in, they would get a lot of power, and then they would ultimately use that to become wealthy, become independent, and then literally leave the court systems. Abraham Lincoln suspended habeas corpus, one of the only presidents to do so, and went against and railed against the Supreme Courts. So there wasn't a lot of love for the courts because the magistrate from England was, under Magna Carta, and they were they were very biased towards the crown. And so there wasn't a lot of love lost. But what they did feel is that if they made lifetime appointments, people would be less susceptible to being fired, to being intimidated, to be blackmailed. Is that they would have a lot of less fear for reciprocity for their decisions that they made. So by giving them a lifetime appointment, they felt that was a healthy balance. One is to hold themselves accountable, but also give them a sense of a little bit of an omnipotence away from the president and any other legislators that wanted to go ahead and make their life a living hell. So that was the reason.
Right. Yeah.
What do you think? Do you think they should have lifetime appointments?
It's not working for us anymore, though, is it?
Well,
it was some. I don't know. I'm just seeing a lot of judges that are not good and they really, you know what I'm saying?
Well, is it
Yeah.
the Supreme Court that you're talking about specifically? And like, is it?
Well, just not even just that. It's down to even, like, I don't see that justice is good anymore.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
Like,
I
yeah.
do. Is it? Is it
Yeah.
it because we don't hold people accountable?
Yeah, that would be it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
As well.
I
agree.
I'll tell
but,
you what.
Yeah.
The to be honest with you, the one problem with our legal system is the burden of proof.
Yes.
And it is the hardest thing to do because the way that we've made our legal system is different than any other on the planet. Is that the innocence is established before guilt, and you must have a preponderance of evidence to be guilty. Well, the problem is that with society today and introducing social experiments and the mental states and allowing psychology and non-science to enter legal parameters, it has muddied our system into having someone who could literally be a Charles Manson, and you can identify him with experts as a very loving child who didn't have a good mother, and therefore this is why he did it, has ruined the legal system. And I agree with you. Justice has...
How the heck do we fix it?
We start by this is how we start. We start by taking back our universities and our colleges, and stop considering
from the bottom up.
Yeah, stop considering social science to be a real science. That's what I'm saying. Stop thinking that a social science is true science when it's not. It's essentially witchcraft. So that's my take. What do you think, Liv? What can we do to get back to the legal parameters that we found? I'm going to ask Olivia real quick, Lori, and see what she thinks.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I would say get back to the standards, teach STEM in school, and get back to it. The basics, starting in kindergarten on up, and try to get our universities back. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely, Liv. I believe, and that's what I've been trying to like our community where I live in a small community out here, and they have started actually holding the mayor and everything to account.
Good.
It's been, they have, and I'm loving it. But I don't know. I worked for the government 20 plus years, but I don't work for them anymore. But but I watched so much corruption, from all of it, and it just pisses me off.
Well, of course.
Can I say that?
How do you? Oh, you sure can. How do you like your new prime minister?
I can't say it. I don't even want to live here anymore, Matt.
Well, we've got an extra bedroom, Lori. We've got an extra bedroom.
Oh, great. No, I mean, I got two sons that are they live outside of, they live in Alberta.
Oh, okay.
Let's just put it that way. Yeah. And I told them to get the hell out of this country while they can. Honestly, they are seriously thinking about it.
I feel bad. I think Canada's in for a rough ride over the last 15 years.
Yeah, she's bad.
Yeah,
she's bad.
Well, and you guys got to figure out how to win a Stanley Cup. So you got to stop. You got to stop paying the top.
And I'm all right because I'm old.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But I told my sons, get out of here.
Yeah,
well, you can. They work out in Alberta, and they make a lot of money and whatever, but they're still I think we need to leave them. I'm like, oh, do you think? Yeah, probably.
Well, I hope it gets better before it gets worse. Lori, we love you. We appreciate you. Yeah. Thank you for calling in. And would you make
absolutely.
Would you call in again sometime for us?
Yes, I will again. Yeah.
All right.
And thank you for answering my call.
You got it.
And, thanks, Lori.
Yeah, Lori, thanks for calling. We appreciate you. Have fun in Canada. Try to keep your head up, okay?
Yeah. Thanks, Matt and Olivia.
All right. Yes,
Thank
ma'am.
I love.
Oh,
Oh, you hung up on her.
It wasn't my fault. Lori, I'm sorry. I know she was going to say, I love Matt. Matt's great. Let's see.
You calling her back?
I'm trying.
You're calling me?
Yeah, we're making sure we accidentally cut you off. So
It was he, not me.
what?
He.
Oh, I cut you off. Yeah, Lori, go ahead and finish what you were saying. You were saying I love, and then we cut you off accidentally. Go ahead.
No, Matt, you called Mel.
Oh, I called Mel. So you don't love us either, Mel? We're trying to call Lori from freaking she's in Alberta. And
Oh
so
my
I
gosh.
accidentally hit your number instead. Whatever. Hi, Mel.
Hi, Mel.
Hi, Matt. Hi, Olivia.
All right, whatever. We love you. We'll talk to you later. Bye.
Okay, bye.
That's why she answered. You're calling me? What?
That's so fucking funny. Oh Lord, I give up. I quit. All right. So
That's funny.
That's funny. It was nice to have her here. Anyway, here's the
Thank you. Sandra Edwards, $15. Yes, I figured it out, is what she said. I think
you,
she was
Sandra.
having issues.
Oh, well, we appreciate you. Wrong Canadian. Yeah, they're all the same. Here's the video from Stephen Colbert after Olivia pops this in.
Hang
real
on.
quick.
Sandra Edwards, you put in 2 donations, and it says the first one didn't go through. Please let me know if it was supposed to be 2 donations or just 1. So, yeah, because 2 went through.
And
So
Sandra,
just
we
let
can
me know.
refund your money. Just let us know
Just
that was a
let us know,
mistake.
okay?
Stop repeating me. That's so weird when you do that.
I was talking. You interrupted me.
All right, here's Stephen Colbert. After you do this, go put it in.
I'm putting it in. Hang on.
Okay, we'll do this first.
My parent corporation, Paramount, paid Donald Trump a $16 million settlement over his 60 Minutes lawsuit. As someone who has always been a proud employee of this network, I'm offended. And I don't know if anything will ever repair my trust in this company. But just taking a stab at it, I'd say $16 million would help. This settlement is for a nuisance lawsuit Trump filed claiming that 60 Minutes deceptively edited their interview with then-candidate Kamala Harris last fall. Paramount knows they could have
Sandra says they're both correct. Cash them.
Okay, thank you,
easily
ma'am.
fought it because, in their own words, the lawsuit was completely without merit. And keep in mind, Paramount produced Transformers: Rise of the Beast. They know completely without merits. Now, unlike the payoffs from ABC and Twitter, Paramount's settlement did not include an apology. Instead, that's good. Instead, the corporation released a statement where they said, "You may take our money, but you will never take our dignity. You may, however, purchase our dignity for the low, low price of $16 million. We need the cash." Now, I believe... What can I say? Mr. Stephen loves to dance. Now, I believe that this kind of complicated financial settlement with a sitting government official has a technical name in legal circles. It's big fat bribe. Because this all comes as Paramount's owners are trying to get the Trump administration to approve the sale of our network to a new owner, Skydance. Not the music I was expecting. Okay. That was me dancing in the sky. And some of the TV typers out there are blogging that once Skydance gets CBS, the new owner's desire to please Trump could put pressure on late-night host and frequent Trump critic Stephen Colbert. Okay. But how are they going to put pressure on Stephen Colbert if they can't find him?
What does that mean?
I don't know, because he's going to get fired. Listen. I'm just going to say the following. I got to turn that back on. I'm going to. It'll actually refresh once I put it back on. You should be good. It's not going to show it. Okay, there you go. See? Here it comes. It's called out. I can't see him.
Joanne Townsend, $10. Thank you very much.
You just do donations when you're here.
Okay.
So I'm going to say something that people probably are going to be shocked by. I think it sucks he got fired. I don't listen to him. I liked him on The Daily Show when he was an anchor for Stewart.
Yeah, he was funny then.
It's funny. I don't find him funny now. I don't like his particular brand of vodka. But I think it's stupid.
Why did he get fired?
Well, because it was political. I mean, he had one of the #1 shows on late night. I mean, his ratings were actually very good, considering that ABC, CBS, NBC is shit. But his ratings were one of the best in his time slot. So this was political, and this has a lot to do with the purchase from Skydance, and it doesn't matter. When your contract is up, that company has a right to decide to extend you or not. Now, he's going to be fine. He'll probably start podcasting, or he'll get picked up from another network. And honestly, who cares? But I'm not going to sit here and say that I have a particular brand of vodka that is much better than his, because he does the same thing I do, and he just does it to a very, very large audience and has had a lot more success and makes more money than me. It's fine. I don't think he's better looking. It depends if you like pencil neck geeks. But I think it's bullshit. I don't think it's right to fire him. Like, I believe people like Bill Maher and The View and the Young Turks and Harry Sisson, they all deserve to have an opinion so we can make fun of them and laugh at them. And now that he's not here, I have less material, and I think that sucks.
God.
But fuck him. I mean, this is what happens when you literally are a single issue comedian. You literally only, like, that's why I like Bill Maher, because he's not a single issue comedian. And I can relate to him on certain things that makes me want to defend him and say, wait a second, he's good on this, and this, he's bad on this. With him, he just hates Trump. It's the same thing with every late night host, like Jimmy Kimmel. They just hate Trump, and it gets old. Mm-hmm. If all you do is serve vanilla fucking ice cream and you never show a little chocolate and strawberry once in a while, it's going to get old. It's going to get stale.
Yep.
And I think they're looking to move in a new direction.
Good.
However, Brian Stelter has a take, so of course we got to play this, because this guy should never be able to speak on TV ever again. Go ahead.
Sandra Edwards, part due. Thank you. And then I have a question from somebody a while ago before phone calls.
Sure.
So I will ask that.
What's the question?
Let's do this.
Let's do this. Let's do the phone number, 276-200-2105. We want to keep taking phone calls. We love the phone calls. This is what's going to make the show kick off, is phone calls, because it breaks up the monotony and you get to hear from the audience. So if you've wanted to call into the show, now's the time. And even if you got nothing to say, we'll figure out something to talk about. I'll ask you about the weather or some shit.
Yenny might even say hi.
And if you're boring, I'll just kick you off the call. That's pretty much how it works. You might as well take a chance. Yes, Yenny said yes. Here is Brian Stelter's take on this. Mr. I Smile Through My Teeth.
A country where you can't lampoon a sitting president is not a free country. A country where you can't...
Come on, man. Oh, Mom just threw the cat. Did she scratch you?
Yep.
See? Mom
I didn't throw her. I moved and she jumped.
You hate the cat. You just hate the cat. You threw her across here.
Me.
Do you want to shoot her? Just shoot her.
Yep.
Just get it over. Are you okay?
Yeah. I'm going to stick ash on her.
Yeah.
A country where you can't lampoon a sitting president is not a free country. A country where you can't publish editorial cartoons or have late night monologues or have satires about the president is not a democratic country. Of course, we're not there. We're not there at all right now. There are lots and lots of figures who are famous for mocking and deriding President Trump. But the idea that Colbert might be taken off the air, that his voice might be silenced, it certainly is creating a little bit of a chill in the air.
Okay, so just because, okay, let me explain something to you guys. Hi.
It's good.
Yeah, it's great. Thanks for doing the dishes. Appreciate it.
It's a good. Thanks for not hiding him in your bedroom.
Close the door.
You deserve that one.
So okay, just because his ratings were good, it doesn't mean that he's profitable. I'll give you an example. Circuit City was a very, very, very high-end selling store. In fact, it outperformed Best Buy quite a bit. And the reason why is that Best Buy got over-penetrated and oversaturated into Soho, and they did not get into the computer field quick enough. Circuit City did. I mean, they were selling Tandy computers, Gateway computers, Mac computers, compact computers. They sold a plethora of everything, and the margin was excellent in computers. where washers and dryers and refrigerators, because the technology had kind of eclipsed, the margins weren't good. If you remember back in 2000, you could buy a really nice refrigerator for $500-600. Now you can't buy one for $3,000 because the technology is advanced. Mm-hmm. But the margins were bigger in computers because they were more expensive. And because of that, they couldn't get commodity and bulk discounts and all the things that made up the computer, from copper wiring to silicone and the chips and everything else, was able to be mass produced and brought in for fairly relatively cheap. So although a computer was very expensive for a Mac, a computer wasn't horribly expensive for Gateway or everything else. Entry level prices were like $299 to $499 for a Gateway computer, which was relatively decent compared to a Mac, which was $799 to $2,500 for a Mac 2, which fell on its face. The point is that Circuit City was extremely successful, and on paper did billions of dollars in revenue, compared to, well, millions of dollars in revenue. It didn't hit billions, but the problem is that the margin was shit. Because in order to compete with Best Buy, which had a better looking model, which was a yellow coupon with big bold letters and everything was blue. The thing that saved Best Buy's ass that a lot of people don't understand is that Circuit City dived into the DVD and VHS physical media game. And Best Buy didn't. Best Buy, although they carry DVDs and they carry Blu-rays, they went into Netflix. And if you went into any Best Buy in America in like 2002, 2004, you would walk in and get a bag of popcorn. And in the bottom of that bag of popcorn would be a pass to go to Netflix and order a DVD and have it mailed to you at home. And they push this, like insane push this. And then Redbox came out, which basically beat Netflix. So Netflix said, okay, well, we're getting beat by Redbox. Hollywood Video's going out of business. Blockbuster's going out of business. Circuit City and Best Buy are having to move into new medium like Blu-ray to make their margins, and people aren't ready for that yet. Let's go to Best Buy and make a deal, and let's go ahead and stimulate our company with these mail order signups so they don't have to go to Walgreens and drive in. We'll mail it to their house, and then we'll make a shift to digital streaming, which is the next jump. This literally crushed Circuit City. Circuit City was left with a man without a boat. And then they had to start increasing their prices to have higher margin in their electronics and ultimately bankrupted the company. So you can have a really good model, but that doesn't mean you're profitable. And Stephen Colbert's show was losing $40 million a year because he has outpriced himself from the job. He has become too large for the position. And like Arsenio Hall or like Greg Kinnear, you can get rid of Johnny Carson or you can get rid of Dave Letterman and supplement them with somebody else. And the crowd may not love that, but they'll get used to it, and you can save millions of dollars a year and still have relatively not a huge ratings hit. And this has happened. This happened with multiple people. Arsenio Hall got punched for this. Joan Rivers got punched for this. They've done it all the time. So this is what it is. It is political, but it's also because he's not worth what he's getting paid.
You know, and if it was all about the comedians and the late night hosts who are making fun of Trump, Jimmy Kimmel would have been the first to be fired.
Right, because
So
that guy's just garbage.
Yeah. So there was a question a while ago before we got the first phone call.
Sure, sorry about that.
Fisher on Rumble wants to know if shelters are a place that are able to be used as housing to vote, which I'm thinking is, can somebody use the shelter address to put on registry for voting?
Sure. But it probably depends on the state and the city. But if you have a person who is homeless and doesn't have a residence, you should be able to put a custodial record on file. Yes. Because, for instance, what about nursing homes?
That's true.
So nursing home or convalescent homes, those people are allowed to vote, and they live in a communal society. What about a gated community, which is considered a communal society as well, that has their own zip code, which is different from the rest of the city? So that would be considered. And what if you're not city proper? What if you live outside the city and you live in common non-city proper? Can that do you actually belong to so there's a lot of rules that you have to look at. But yeah, if you declare a YMCA or a homeless shelter as your home or a halfway house would be no, because that person's a felon. But any other reason, yeah, you could put that down and that would be a legitimate place. But they would not use your residence as a qualification for your approval of your vote. It would then go to your social security number or your birth certificate or something else. You would need a secondary form of American citizenship, or that you're a resident of this country outside your address, I would think. It's a good question.
Mm-hmm. It's a really great question.
Yeah, it's a really good question. Anyway, doesn't Walgreens still give homeless people an address? I don't know.
I never even knew that to begin with. So.
Yeah. No, Circuit City went bankrupt. I worked for Circuit City. I got out before they went bankrupt. I was recruited by Hollywood Video before they went bankrupt. Actually, it was Circuit City. Then I went to Ultimate Electronics. And then I was recruited by Mark Waddles when he left. I was recruited by Hollywood Video. Then he came in and bought Ultimate Electronics. Just incessant money-changing hand. I live in unincorporated Ventura. I can vote on all issues except city issues. Yeah. Angela, I had no idea. I'm from Ventura. 8486 East Street off Telegraph Road. Watch Angela, see what she says. It depends if she's on the east side or the west side. If she's on the west side, Ventura, then she has no idea what I'm fucking talking about.
East side.
But I'm on the west side. But I'm sure you know where Halifax is, and Telegraph Road, and Neath and Montgomery were my cross streets.
Fisher said, would they be able to use just a license at that point? Because that wouldn't be on their license, would it?
Well, it depends. I mean, if they went to the DMV and registered for their license and they're living in that shelter, then it would. But a driver's license has more information than just that. You've got Social Security on your driver's license. You have birth certificate, which has been shown to get a driver's license. So there's multiple forms of way to get a driver's license. Now, a state-issued ID, I don't believe you can. But a driver's license would be an acceptable form. And I think it's the same regulations on like an I-9. You can use a passport, military ID, identification, Social Security card, birth certificate. Those are the acceptable forms.
Gotcha.
But to get a driver's license in any state, you need a birth certificate and you need a Social Security number.
Gotcha.
Now, if they have state-issued IDs for people who are green card recipients and visa, well, that's completely different. Those are different parameters. Matt, I live in 118 Los Cabos Way down off the avenue. Oh, I know the avenue. Bobby's Burrito, baby. I grew up Serranos 13. West Side, VTA, Holmes. Angela. Yeah, if you grew up off the Ave, I lived off the Ave. I went to Ventura High School, but I was on the east side. But I grew up with all the Ventura Avenue gangsters.
All right, Fisher.
Hold on, I'm not done. I'm talking to Angela.
Sorry, excuse me.
So I grew up with all the gangsters in Ventura. And the reason why, my dad worked up at Ojai Valley and Country Club, and he ran all the Amigos up there. So like all the Amigos would come up and their kids would go to Ventura. So I grew up with all the gangsters from VTA. Half of the spray paint and the tags that you probably saw in Ventura between 86 and 92 were ours, the bomb squad from Ventura Avenue gangsters. Yeah, so we did a lot of that stuff. I got a long history, lady. I got banned from California school districts. That's a whole other conversation.
That's a whole other conversation.
Ventura isn't where the platforms were, just they got raided. Yeah, Ventura, Camarillo, Oxnard, Santa Paula. Yeah, it's where I grew up. I grew up Ventura. I hung out at Pierpont. I hung out with all the Pierpont rats, the crazy white boys, Ventura Avenue gangsters. Yeah. She's like, Matt, I know, I know since you know Johnny. Yeah, I know Johnny Burrito. I had Johnny Burritos all the time. We'd go down into the Ave, and we would take those burritos. We'd buy them in the morning, and then we'd go up to my dad's golf shop, and we'd put them in the light, and then they would warm up. Take like 4 hours because we didn't have a microwave. That's when Ojai Valley and got remodeled, and Jack Nicholson came and remodeled the entire, and the Sharps came in and remodeled it and turned it into a luxury resort. And my dad was the purchasing manager there. Then he became a property manager, a golf pro. But yeah, we used to run the carts all the way back and wash all the carts, and I'd caddy for him. And I was little Mateo, and all the Mexican fathers from Mexico, the illegals would would tell their little gangbanger sons, don't fuck with Miklo. Don't fuck with Matthew. Don't leave Mateo alone. He's Ricardo's son. And they get their asses whooped if they ever fucked with me. And I was a small, scrawny little shit, but they always protected me. I never got jumped. I never got beat up. And I walked in from middle school to high school, and I was like treated like gold. I was protected upon on high. And I was in a school that was predominantly Black, Mexican, and Asian. And it was rough. People got shot in my school. They did drive-bys on Pauli Street. Matt walking down memory lane. Yeah, there weren't many white boys that could literally walk on the avenue unmolested, unaccosted. I was one of them. Yeah. I have a fond place in my heart for some of those guys, because yeah, they're thugs and they're gangbangers, but there was respect. And there was just a level of pride with those guys. And if you start naming off, if you knew any of those guys, you could name them off, and I'd tell you their names. Bullet, which was Anthony.
Wonder if any of them watch.
Anthony Ortega. I don't know. Anthony Ortega, he got shot 6 times with a 22 at point blank, 22 rifle. Just right, pop, 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 pop. They put their foot on his chest and just shot him in the mid. He survived. His nickname was then Bullet. I think before that he was Casper, but after that they called him Bullet. But just crazy. Yeah, no, man. I mean, in my school there was Rolling 60, there was 21st Street, White Fence. Then you have Santa Paula Crazy Boys, Colonia Chicles. You'd have Sataquay East Side Boys. I was a white boy, but like if you saw me tag, you'd be like, "Holy shit, little Chaka!" All right, go ahead. We're done. We're done reminiscing.
All right. So Fisher he just said, "I'm asking because I just picked an illegal up in Southbridge, Massachusetts, from the registry. He had all the paperwork to get a license." Massachusetts is giving them out to illegals. I guess they found a way around that.
Yeah, well, the thing is that they do get licenses, but there are different codes of those licenses, just like an identification. Like places like Colorado and California, they print their licenses 16x9, but their identification's 9x16. Some put a gold star on the side. So just because you have a license doesn't mean you can register to vote. You have to prove U.S. citizenship. Yeah, Pauli is shut down by the high school. I remember they put gates up, and if you look at Ventura, it's literally just like 175, 200 yards. Pauli Street is just from here to here, and then if you go up to the left and to the right, you got the football stadium, and you got the baseball stadium, and then you literally have a concrete walkway and a tarred walkway, and then it scoops down, and you go down the stairs, and that's where all the lockers are, and I can't tell you how many times I dove there to save my life. And you know, someone drives by and starts popping off fireworks, and you're just like, and it's not fireworks, and you just would get down, and it just happened increasingly. Now, I'm sounding like I'm Beirut, but there's probably 3 or 4 times in 4 years of Ventura that I'd have to get down on Pauli Street because there was drive-by or somebody was shooting. Now they blocked it off. You can't drive down Pauli because all the Oxnard, Port Hueneme boys would come in, and they would just slow cruise, and Vags would throw gang signs, and then boom, someone pull out a Tech 9 or a 9mm and start firing shit off. So yeah, and then I had a girlfriend she wasn't a girlfriend. She was my good friend who I just absolutely was in love with, named Catalina. She was a freshman, and I think I was a sophomore. I know I was a junior. And
I think you're 3 years apart.
Yeah, I was a junior. And she was still going to that school. It got really bad there, and then they closed off Pauli Street. So, but yeah, man, I grew up there. And then Troy Decker, he was rolling 60s. He came from LA. He brought in the Crips, black guy. Somebody I just absolutely love. Was one of my sister's good friends, and he kind of mentored me and kept me protected. And every day we would go in his Impala and go across and get a chili dog at that fucking chili dog place that had clearly Canadian blackberry soda. Oh, get one of those chili dogs at like 4:00 right before you got home, and a clearly Canadian, and
Clearly Canadian. You know, they still sell those, but they're like $4 a bottle right now.
They were expensive when we were kids.
Yeah, I was like, it's not worth it to get. Plus, they don't have the best flavor, so I won't buy them.
I miss Ventura, but yeah, remind me to tell you, I got blackballed from California school districts. We moved to Colorado, and I was suspended permanently, a downvote. Fat fingers. So yeah, I got permanently suspended from California school districts, and we all fled to California after that. So Amy Stancombe is calling in. Amy Stancombe, welcome. What is going on, sister? What do you want to talk about?
Oh, nothing. You said have people call. I'm calling.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but usually it's like call because you have something to talk about. Did you have something to talk about, or you just want to call and shoot the shit?
Oh, I just wanted to say that I had a very stressful day yesterday, and I apologize for my snide little remark. It was I didn't mean to take my stress out on you.
It happens.
I just want the dumb nation to know that there's still solidarity there in the team.
No, listen, you're loved, and it wouldn't have bothered me unless I cared about you. So I'm glad you said that. It was a Freudian slip, and the thing is that I had a friend of mine in Texas who was going through floods at the same time, and they were texting me, and then there was multiple people in chat, and I got confused, and you'll find that I do get confused sometimes, and that was just a level of confusion. I know very well about your husband. I've mourned with you through that process, and I didn't mean to say that. So you're loved. We appreciate you. And there's really no apology. I moved on after it happened, but I needed to vent because if I didn't, I'll hold a grudge, and I don't want to do that.
Well, yeah, it's like a pop bottle. You sit there and you shake it and shake it and shake it. It's going to explode.
Yeah.
And
yeah. How's everything? How's everything else going? How's your son? Did he get out of the floods okay?
Oh, my son was fine. I was the one stuck in town for a little while, but the flood subsided. But nobody died, so thank God. I'm looking at storm clouds now. I'm on my break, so I can't stay long. But
all right.
I just wanted to let everybody in the dumb nation know, we're all good.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you, James. We love you, and we'll talk to you soon, buddy. Have a good
Thanks,
night at work.
Pineapple does belong on pizza.
No, it doesn't. You're out of here. You're off the phone. You just got made. No. Karen Vera says Gold Star is real ID. Yeah, but there's other levels. I think Colorado has bronze, they have gold, and they have like a silver. There's multiple indicators. Sometimes it's a C, and so I'm not even gonna sit here. I bounce bar, so I mean IDs have changed, but there are indicators to demonstrate whether somebody is a visa holder or a green card holder, and they get a state issued ID. Is my point. The point is there's identifiers. All right, let's take a break.
I was going to say we should do pee break and a commercial.
Pee break and commercial. $151.99, halfway there. We're halfway there. Living on a prayer.
Hi, I'm Olivia Spear, host of The Dumb Show. For 3.5 years, we never asked for donations. But after Facebook demonetized us for speaking the truth, we've had to turn to the one thing big tech can't cancel: you.
I'm Hayden, Matt and Olivia's daughter. This show's never chased sponsors or sold out. We've built something honest, and it's thanks to you.
I'm Ethan, their son. Every share, every dollar, every message, you're the reason we can keep calling out the BS and bringing color back to the world going gray.
If you want to help, we take PayPal, Venmo, or snail mail. You can send it to P.O. Box 2, Round Hill, Virginia 20142.
Can't donate? No problem. Just share the show with someone who needs to hear it.
Thanks for helping us stay loud, proud, and completely uncensored. You can donate at thedumbshow.com/donate.
You know what happens when you turn the dial harder? You can make a harder grimace. The harder you grimace, the more effective it is.
You tighten it so freaking I can't do it. I can't untighten
That's what she said.
That's what she's... Oof. Coming in with it. Pound it. Pound it. Pound.
Child got 15.
Ethan, you look like a hippie.
Totally tubular.
You know this is recording, right?
Okay, let's go. Smile. Donate. Don't start with me. Donations. Every time you don't smile, I'm going to punch you in the ribs. Donations. Take one. Scene one. Ready. Set. Ethan.
Break.
Ready. Don't screw it up.
Okay.
Ethan, don't mess this up. Ready. Set. Action. No. Whoa. Director calls action, not some stupid toddler.
But we've built something
There's no but there. Why do you've been doing this since you were 2 years old? Try it again.
Just share the show with someone who needs to hear it.
He's so much better than you at everything.
He's better at
Hayden, he's just like, even, it's just, go ahead, Hayden.
Thanks for helping us stay loud, proud, and completely uncensored.
That's a wrap. Well done, Spear family. I bet we make no money.
But I'm gonna owe them money without.
Hayden, do your thing again.
Oh, yeah, cut it.
Baby shark, doo 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 doo.
Hey, Matt, congratulations on your success, brother, and I really appreciate you giving.
I got to have that go to the other scene. I'll fix that. Welcome back to the Don't Unfriend Me show. A little bit of a slower night, Friday night. We are halfway to goal, $151.99. Your donations help, keeps us afloat. If you have a chance, maybe you can donate to the show. Not required. I mean, we'll do the show either way, but we do appreciate it because it helps pay the bills and keeps us going. Ash is being a love. She wants absolute love. She's
laying her head on my leg right now.
That's my spot. But she
your
was
spot's a little bit.
Oh, Liv. She was being a lover. I get embarrassed. Stop embarrassing me. So listen, I've shared Nick Fuentes videos before, and I have to share this one. This is a complete, just meltdown.
He melts down?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, he didn't take his SSRIs today.
Apparently.
And, listen, I don't like Nick Fuentes' policies. I think he's a dick. I think he's a racist prick. But there are some appeal. I can find value in anybody, and I've just learned how to do that. But I also like to see him in pain. And I think it's hilarious that he just absolutely crashed out. There is some language here, but remember, this is the #1 Trump supporter. Trump rejected him and repudiated him when Kanye West and Miles Yiannopoulos went to dinner. You guys remember this? And everyone's like, he's meeting with a Nazi sympathizer and all this other crap. And ever since then, just Trump's disassociated himself with Nick, and Nick is just getting more and more black pilled. He just is like, he doesn't like Jews, and he doesn't like immigrants, and he doesn't like black people. He pretty much hates everybody. He doesn't like women. This guy's going to live a very lonely life, but this is Nick crashing out, and I just thought you guys would like to enjoy it because we had a lot of relationships with the Groypers as they tried to attack our show, and then they realized that they had to have an IQ prerequisite to be on, and they failed miserably. Here is Nick Fuentes completely crashing out over Donald Trump, and don't worry, next week he'll change his mind. Here it is.
And now he says, if you're not on board with the Epstein cover-up, I don't want your support. You're a weakling. Fuck you. Fuck you. You suck. You are fat. You are a joke. You are stupid. You are not funny. You are not as smart as you think you are. You are, and honestly, and if you watch my show, I've been very critical. I've never been this far. This just goes to show this entire thing has been a scam. When we look back on the history of populism in America, we are going to look back on the MAGA movement as the biggest scam in American history. And the liberals were right. The MAGA supporters were had. They were. When we look back in history, we will see Trump as a scam artist who served as a vehicle for this rather than the other way around. We were not the vehicle for Trump. Trump was the vehicle for all of us.
Oh, poor Nick. Always,
poor baby.
Always the victim, never the bride. It's okay. I'm sure the Jews are to blame. I'm sure he'll find a way to blame the Jews. I just figured you guys would like to see that because I've had some videos where Olivia and I are laughing at what he says, but seeing him crash out is a good thing. Showed the Obama stuff.
Yeah.
Here is a video that went viral on Damani's site. I still think Damani thinks I was bullshitting him.
He probably does.
It's horrible. I don't want him thinking that. I'm like, we become friends. He doesn't know me well enough. I would never do that. But he's like, you're kind of a shit poster. I'm like, what? What do you mean I'm a shit? But he sees how I respond to people on his site.
Yeah.
And I don't have any problem going after people.
Tamar Bush, $10. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Did you say Tamara Bush?
I said Tamar Bush.
Tomorrow your Bush is going to be $10. It's worth more than $10. I'm just letting you know.
I said Tamar Bush. Thank you for the $10.
I said it kind of fast. Roll the tape.
Dear.
It sounded like what I said. This is at a town council meeting, and it is excellent. And I love it when people just have no respect for legislators because they don't deserve any respect. This whole thing, I'm reclaiming my time. Fuck you. You work for me. Sit there and shut up. I'm reclaiming my time. You don't have any authority over me. You can't assert my freedom of speech just because you're not happy. Your rules of decorum, I haven't taken any oath. I don't have to abide by your kangaroo court. I can't stand senators and state legislators that get uppity with their witnesses, because you're not a witness. You're not being sworn in for testimony. It's not a deposition. It's not an affidavit. You're there upon their request. Now, if it's a legal issue, it's completely different. But if you're there to talk to them about something, whether it be geopolitics or military intelligence, or maybe you're just a farm worker, or you're just a housewife who has some insight on tax credits, or what would make life easier, or the new vacuum cleaner that deserves to be recalled because it blew up when you plugged it in, whatever it may be, they don't have any power over you. And at any time you can tell them to go suck duck egg blue. Here is this guy who gets it, and I love it, because I would very much communicate with them the exact same way. Here it is.
In the United States, I know most of you are probably from Mexico, where you don't have the First Amendment, but that's something we have here, where we have the right to freedom of speech. And I just wanted
James Clemens says, I'm trying to donate, but your website doesn't like my address. Usually there's an alternate address that it'll have you put in and say, is this what you meant? If that doesn't work, you can go directly to PayPal or Venmo, James, and that should work. Other than that, I'm not sure what else we could do. Olivia has helped people in the past. Just take a few seconds, make sure that the addresses are on the right line, that you have the right street name and everything else. And if there's anything else we can do to help, please let us know and we'll try to figure it out for you. Here's the rest. Thanks for trying to donate either way. We really do appreciate it.
to say something too. It's true. You guys don't have a First Amendment. You don't have respect for civil liberties or rights. But that's okay. I'm speaking. Thank you. So anyways, the point I'd like to make here is a couple things. One, these people here are, passionately talking about ICE agents coming into their communities and you don't know their identities. Well, you know who we really don't know the identities of? Any of the illegal aliens who've been invading our country for the past 60 years. Yeah, how about when you see the farm worker, is that going to be like the same farm worker that murdered Molly Tibbetts? Yeah, how do you know when the Honduran fruit seller is out there? How do you know he didn't rape one of the many women who came up here? According to the Univision study done in 2015, 80% of women who come to this country are trafficked and raped. Think about that. How do we know they're not one of those rapists? How do we know they're not one of those rapists?
Excuse me.
So that's the
Let him
first thing.
talk.
That's the first thing. I think ICE should be allowed to act with impunity. I think they should go to every Home Depot. I think they should go to every school, every quinceañera, and build the wall and deport every single one of these guys, because they don't make our country great. They make it worse. They bring it down. They use public services, and Americans are sick and tired of it. We're sick and tired of it in our country. So let me say this too. We want to, they say you want to know the identities of these ICE agents. We don't know any of the identities of these murderers coming into our country, these rapists. Let me also say this too. This same city council in Costa Mesa, if you vote to make these people take their masks off, this was the same city that was arresting people for refusing to wear masks during COVID. So now what is it? Now what is it? When we want to enforce the law and take our country back, you want to put the men in danger? Is that what you want to do? No. And let me mention this. Let me end on this. Let me end on this. Let me end on this.
Let's hear it.
Let me end on this. Let me end on this.
Excuse me, let's hear the man.
Let me say this. People are out here quoting Martin Luther King, who is a plagiarist and a rapist. They're out here saying other things. I'm gonna give a quote. I'm gonna give a quote from John Jay, who signed the Treaty of Paris in our American Revolution, and from Federalist Number 2. With equal pleasure, I have as taken often notice that Providence has been blessed to give this country to one united people, a people descended from the same ancestors, speaking the same language, professing the same religion, attached to the same principles of government, very similar in their manners and customs, and who, by their joint councils, arms, and efforts, fighting side by side throughout a long and bloody war.
That's your 3 minutes. That's your 3 minutes, sir. That's your 3 minutes. That's your 3 minutes. That's your 3 minutes.
People are like, well, all he was doing was screaming. No, all he was trying to do is shout down the people who were trying to shout him down.
Mhm.
And he has the mic. And listen, do I agree with everything he said?
He kind of went a
little off.
freak out at the end, but
But what I do agree with is your ability to be able to say that. And what I love is that the people on at least on the panel let him finish. They didn't cut off his mic. You have a right to say the things you want to say. And I don't know if you guys understand this, but during the times before the American Revolution, when these quorums would take place, it was ceremonial to fire your musket or your sidearm indoors when you showed agreement for somebody while they were speaking. There was a saber rattling that took place during times like this, and a bloodletting that would also take place if somebody spoke against the natural rights and freedoms of the people of this country. And we've moved far from that. And I don't think that it's necessarily a bad thing to scare some of these people who sit upon high. There's a reason why their diocese and their forum is about 3 or 4 foot higher than you as they look down on you, because that's what the English did. And the great thing about the Resolute Desk and the great thing about the Oval Office is that the eyes of the president are at the same level of the people sitting across from him or her. And I say her because I want to be inclusive. But that's not the way it is in these cities and these councils. Is they all sit higher and they stare down at you with impunity. And I think it's about time that they start looking their constituents in the eye. And if they get a little bit of afraid because a guy has no problem yelling and he wants to carry a flag and he wants to talk about the blood of tyrants, you know what? It is a part of our history, and maybe they should take a lesson from it, because there will come a time where people will just get sick and tired of this and ultimately take it in their own hands. I'm not one of those people. I'm not a violent person. I have no desire to fight our government because I understand what our government's capable of. But I do believe that there are people who are rearing for a fight. And if you continue to minimize and trivialize their voices, what do they have left but violence? And I think people should be very careful, especially these politicians, because they're on thin ice. Thoughts on his little speech?
great. He has the right to it. Like I said, I thought he went a little freak out at the end, but more power to him.
Yeah, I think he was trying to overtalk.
People need to stand up and do this more often, for sure.
Well, I would just like to see people be as emboldened and as passionate as he is. Go ahead.
Mr. Hollandaise, 3140. Love you guys. Thank you so much.
My show had value.
He's telling
Shit, hold on.
That
Hold on.
I'm sorry.
Oh, shut up.
That
Hold on. Come on.
That what I was doing had value.
Tell me when I'm on the green.
Had
Look up
value.
the top
And in
corner.
the end, I'm sorry, I try not to cry on TV. And I think whether it's
Look
talking
underneath the
about
light.
Down.
any of these issues, and yes, whether it's talking about
Down.
Gaza and the fact that we as the
up,
American
right.
people have a right
Down.
to object,
Down. There you
to
go.
have a right to object to little babies being bombed. And I am not sorry that I stood.
Okay.
Sorry.
So good enough. Joy Reid, Matt, please.
He's telling bad dad jokes on YouTube,
Amy
and I
says-
don't get the last one. How does a dad joke turn into a bad joke when he doesn't come back from the store? I'm so confused.
I'm
on
so
that
confused
one.
what we're talking about. What?
He's telling bad dad
Who?
jokes.
Who?
Mr. Hollandaise, who just donated.
Oh, okay.
And I just don't get that last joke. Matt, if you could explain it to me, I'd be grateful for it, because I don't understand it. Sorry.
Hey, dummies, prayers for my 3 brothers in blue lost today. 3 from the elite squad. Rest in peace, heroes. Oh, shit. Tina, I'm so sorry. I didn't see this comment. Can you look that up and find out? Oregon Police Department. Officer slain, please, and find out what's going on. That's weird. Says James Clemens, you need to call in. Why? If anyone wants to call in, phone number is 276-200-2105. We've already had a few callers tonight, 3 callers that we haven't heard before, and then we accidentally called Mel. But if you're interested in doing that, please let me know. Terry, help Olivia. Help Olivia. What is going on? What are we talking about?
The joke.
Oh, okay. We're done with the joke. So here is Joy Reid on with Piers Morgan. And oh my God, Liv, you're going to want to watch this because he just completely.
I'm going to need more information about where exactly.
Oregon.
I agree.
All you got to do is put 3 officers dead in Oregon, and it's going to pop up because there's no way that it's happened anywhere else. Could have been a training exercise. Could have been a shooting. Will you be quiet? Please stop it. We know. Okay, we're trying, Kat. My God, Yenny. Seriously. So she just gets right in front of the camera. You're such a prima donna.
Nope. Not find anything.
All right. Well, maybe someone can let me know what's going on.
I need to know more specifics.
It was L.A. Okay. It was L.A. I thought it was in her hometown. Okay. It was a bomb. Oh, the bomb issue in L.A. Okay. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. I heard about it. I was going to talk about it. Let's do this first. Piers Morgan, Joy Reid. And if we have some time, we'll go over it. Here is where are we at with donations?
We are at $193.39. Yes.
It was LA. It was training exercise. I have absolutely heard about that. I thought it was something specific to her. I apologize. I had very little details of what she was referring to. I'm sorry.
Gotcha.
Yes. Yep. It's absolutely tragic. Here is the video for Joy Reid and Piers Morgan, and I just figured you guys would like to watch this because this lady, folks, it's Friday night. We are $107 away from goal. We need some help. I know Olivia and I are tired. It's been a very long week. We haven't gotten out of here at past or before 10 o'clock in the last 4 nights, so we're ready.
Kim is my people. I'm with Olivia and Amy. Pineapple on pizza. Amen, sister. $15. Thank you.
Somebody hacked her account. This is Joy Reid and Piers Morgan. We're going to watch this because I can't stand this woman. I love when she was fired. This is one of the people. See, I believe people who report the news, if you are inaccurate and you're a liar, you should be fired.
Yeah.
So I'm excited that she was. Looks like we're
I
getting
rejoiced when she got fired.
You rejoiced that Joy got fired?
Yes, I did.
All right, here it is.
Denaturalizing. That's Idi Amin behavior. There's a black fascist that you can compare it to.
Okay, let's move on to, I want to just play a clip of when you lost your job at MSNBC. Let's watch it.
Hey, I know this scar is probably healing and you've built up some tissue, but we're going to reopen it right now on live TV. You just hear the... Oh, come on.
Show had value. And that... I'm sorry. That that what I was doing had value. And in the end, I'm sorry, I try not to cry on TV. And whether it's talking about any of these issues, and yes, whether it's talking about Gaza and the fact that we as the American people have a right to object, to little babies being bombed. And I am not sorry that I...
Look, she's going to cry again. Oh, if I only had a brain.
Yeah, that's what I was going for.
Stood up for those things because those things are of God. And you know, I'm a church girl too. And those are the things that I was taught were of God. And so I'm not sorry. I'm just proud of my show.
Now, look, you're perfectly entitled to be proud of your show. Many people enjoyed your show for many years.
But,
you know, a lot of people at NBC were briefing that the reason was declining ratings post the election, a 47% decrease in your election, in ratings from pre-election. But you told Mark Lamont Hill on his show this.
After I said on my show that the reason Americans could relate to Ukrainians in a way that they didn't relate to Palestinians, that Ukrainians are white. And so watching white people get their schools bombed was, you know, hit different. That hit our ratings. I mean, it definitely, we could see the loss of white viewers from that moment that I said that. So they were like, we don't like the name calling. And also I'm a black woman. So, I mean, I'm sure it makes him angrier, you know, when I say things. Maybe because I am a global South person myself, you know what I mean? as a Black person, we have a different empathy toward other global South people when they are suffering. And so we're going to come at that story from a different angle and in a different way and with different kinds of empathies. And I think that's not always received very well in the news business.
Now, Joy, I mean, look, let's be honest. I don't think you were fired after all those years because of your skin color or because you're a Black woman. I think you were fired because your show just got increasingly unpopular. It happens all the time in TV. That's why you got let go. Why play the race card?
First of all, I love the fact that your play the race card is your version of the race card. You literally are so fixated on trying to racialize conversations with me, Piers. I find it actually quite charming.
You racialize more
It's almost
conversations.
no.
From a global South person, this is a little rich. Come on.
In your tenure at MSNBC,
that
than any host in history.
All right, Mark. All right, Piers. And the bottom line is you take an entire conversation that I had with Mark Lamont Hill and pick the bits that you can racialize because this is your shtick. And I get that this is your shtick.
You racialized everything, Joy. Come on.
I get it. And I understand this is your shtick, Piers. And listen, game recognized game. I get this is
It's
your
not
game.
my shtick.
And the bottom line.
It was your
It
shtick.
is your shtick. And everyone
It was
knows
your
that it
shtick.
is. Piers, we
And people got
understand
bored
what
with
it is.
it.
And it is so interesting to me that you're
You know what? This, Livy, is probably one of the most demeaning and vitriol-based personas that I cannot stand.
Who, Joy?
No. It's the people who pretend that they care about you, but you know they don't. And when they finally get an opportunity, they unleash everything you knew that they felt about you, like my fucking sister.
Yep.
Like my bitch of a sister who pretended for fucking 10 years so she could get close to kids that she couldn't have and literally hate everything about me and swallow her disdain so she could find some self-gratification on something she wasn't blessed with, which is the gift of children. This is my sister. And you're like, wait a second, I thought you loved me. You're on my show. And here's the thing, is that she had this cocked, locked, and ready to go, waiting for Piers to do this, which begs the question, why are you on his show to begin with if you hate him so much? And you were completely willing to sell your soul for ratings and become relevant again to use a man you despised. And when he finally said something that took some balls that you don't like, you turn into the complete cunt that you are. I can't stand people like that.
Mm-hmm.
I would never go on The View. I would never go on a show that I just absolutely despise.
Like the Joy Reid show.
I would, well, yeah, I would, now, if it was a true invite where she wants to have a conversation, fine, but that's not what it is. She would send, this is what Piers, now I'm not a big fan of Piers Morgan, but this is exactly what she did. She, just like Tucker Carlson, she's just like all of them. She invites guests on there, and the ones that agree with her, she sucks up and is super nice to them. And the ones that she doesn't like, she tries to literally abort retroactively on the show. Tucker did the same thing. Joy does the same thing. And then their shtick is, this is my show. I'll ask the questions. I can't stand the arrogance of these people. They drive me crazy. Okay, I'm sorry. Did you want to say anything about her?
Well, yes. One is when she was talking about when she got fired about the babies in Palestine or Gaza or whatever it's supposed to be. Cracks me up how they only care about the babies that are illegal and from different countries. And they don't care about the millions of babies that they abort that are
right
here. You know, that's just
that's
freaking hypocrites. The other thing is this just popped in my head a very, very long time ago. I met a girl and she had a little baby who was adorable. She named her daughter Misery. I'm not joking. True story. She named the little girl Misery. You remember I came home and told you about the story?
I remember this.
That needs to be her name. She has not earned the right to be called Joy. I'm going to call her Misery from now on. That is her new name for me because
I just wanted to say
freaking miserable.
I just want to find out what skincare Dennis Rodman is using because he looks fantastic. I'm just saying that. Swallow. Don't spit. Don't do it. Don't spit it out. You got to swallow.
Oh God, dear.
Still swallowed. Michelle says, "Tell us how you really feel, Matt." I think I just did.
Yep. I think
I'm pretty sure I just did.
Sarcastic.
My sister is a wretched human being.
Yes, she is.
She is an evil.
Was she talking about how you feel about Joy?
Oh no, I don't care.
Matt?
They're both synonymous. They're both the same people. The only difference is their skin color. That's it. Otherwise, they're the exact same person. My sister is a chameleon, and she'll say anything she wants to get her way. But the moment that you challenge her and you say one thing that's honest, oh man, she fucking the claws come out, and she will break you down to whatever she think your lowest common denominator is, and you will find out how she really feels. But really, what it is that she's not a person intellectually who can have a conversation where she's not always right. And that's it. She's always been that way since we were kids. A horrible human being. Horrible. Like, that's one person I would love to have call on the show. Oh, fuck. I would love if my sister called in.
Yeah.
I wish she had the balls.
Because
all the bullshit that she tells all of her little friends, I would just crucify her on air. I'd pull up the files, pull up the video recordings, and I would put Ethan and Hayden right down there now that they're old enough, and just literally crucify her on this show. But she doesn't have the balls. She's got to pop her freaking pills and be happy in La La Land. Moving on. Don't get me started on this. Here's the rest of it.
As a white European, find that when people of color talk about race, that you believe is racializing conversations. But when people like you fixate on, well, Barack Obama was a black president, why don't you object to that? That is racializing a conversation about the former president of the United States. But you can't put your, and I'm sure you find that charming and funny.
I find it hilarious because you're the one who said Donald Trump.
You and your friend Donald Trump.
You said Donald Trump is a white fascist.
Are so, he is a, well, I agree
and
with
yet
Mark
when Obama
Milley,
did the same thing,
last time I checked,
I'm not allowed
black.
to mention his skin color.
I agree with his former chief of staff, who last I checked was not black and said he's fascist. And Mark Milley said he's fascist to the core. Okay. So I happen to agree. And I know this is what it's important to you.
Irony. Mark Milley, who leaked secrets to China and was complicit with saying that if Donald Trump was going to strike or do anything, that he would warn China first, talks about fascism. I mean, never have we seen a level of betrayal since Benedict Arnold from a military leader of that magnitude. So there are some things that are worse than fascists.
With two very white gentlemen about Donald Trump's fascist tendencies.
Okay.
If that makes you sad and uncomfortable, I can't help you.
No, it doesn't
There's
make me
nothing
sad
I
and
can do
uncomfortable.
about it.
I think it makes you a little bit of a hypocrite, but that's different.
A little bit. Try a lot of it.
You know, there's times where I don't like Piers Morgan, but I got to admit, it was pretty good. You know,
it was very good.
You just called a spade a spade. Here's another person who I'm not a big fan of, Mehdi Hassan. Olivia is going to go ahead and put some numbers in here because we're getting to the end here.
Suzanne McGoran, 2110. Hope we can get you to gold.
Thank you, Suzanne. I have faith in our people. I think they'll get us there. We'll see. Okay. Do you want me to wait or do you want to go?
I'll put this in real quick.
Okay. So Mehdi Hassan, someone else who I've had, who's basically Joy Reid, but a Muslim.
You said just.
So he looks just like her. I mean, seriously. Hey, we hit goal 307.23. Looks like Bobby Richardson comes in.
In memory of the 3 in blue in LA.
Thank you so much, Bobby. We love you. We appreciate you. That hits goal. We always like hitting goal. Doesn't mean that you have to stop. If you still want to overdrive, we can. We are going to be on for a few more minutes. And then I think we're going to go get yogurt.
You know, I was actually just thinking the
I know you were.
exact same thing.
Can I use your body as a cup?
That might be a little cold.
Sorry. It's Friday night, man. What do you want? It's Friday Freaky. All right.
Freaky Friday.
This
Which
is
they're making a second movie. They're making a sequel to that. Did you know that?
We only made one movie. That's locked up in the safe. Oh, we got a call. Oh my gosh. Loretta is calling. Loretta, welcome to the Don't Unfriend Me show. How are you? It's good to have you on.
Hello.
Hi.
Loretta's like, how did Matt know it was me? I'm a psychic. I'm your psychic friend. Hi, Loretta.
Hello, Matt.
What do you want to talk about, sister?
Nothing. Nothing in particular.
Well, listen, it's your dime. We like, how's Olivia doing tonight? I mean, do you have any critique, or did you want?
Can you give us some critique?
Yeah, let's give Olivia some feedback. How's she doing tonight?
Olivia is beautiful.
Isn't she?
Thank you. I'm perfect as always. Let's give you some critique.
Miss Darling, you're just perfect.
Thank you.
Could I have done any better, Loretta? I don't think I could have.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I think I'm punching above my weight class on this one. Loretta, how long have you been watching the show?
You know, I really don't know.
It's been a while.
I know it's been over a year.
At
maybe
least.
going on 2.
Yeah, at least. Where are you from, Loretta?
Well, I was going to start off with a little joke just to put some humor in it.
Oh yes.
I'm ready for the joke. Give it to us. We're ready.
I was going to say hello. My name is Loretta. But I'm not from Butcher Holler. And I'm not a coal miner's daughter. I'm just a moonshiner daughter from down here in Appalachia.
Appalachia. Now, coal miner's daughter, was that Sissy Spacek? Do I remember right?
Yes, you were right.
Okay. So some music came out of that for sure. Now, is that Kentucky?
Yeah.
Okay. So are you in the holla, or are you in Kentucky proper?
No, I finally got a pair of shoes and walked out.
Oh, Loretta, you're salt to the earth. I love you. You're great.
You been to Harlan?
Harlan County?
Harlan County?
No, because nobody gets out of Harlan alive.
That's true.
She's alive.
Well, I know they made Oreos down there.
Yeah. Have you seen, did you watch Justified, the TV show, by chance?
Justified.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not good on the titles.
Mm-hmm.
Because whenever I was growing up, we didn't have TV or nothing.
Well, you have it now, don't you?
Yeah, I got a big old.
You need to do me a favor, Loretta. You need to go on AMC, and Olivia's going to send you the info, and you need to find the TV show Justified.
It's well worth your watch because Timothy Elephant.
Yeah, I was just going to say, there's a very tall drink of water on there called Raylan Givens. And I'll tell you, if you know who Han Solo is from Star Wars, it's basically Han Solo
and a cowboy hat.
Indiana Jones and Jack Bauer from 24 all rolled into one.
That's good analogy.
You will love hands down, probably one of the best TV shows ever. It all takes place in Harlan County. It's all Kentucky, and it's all moonshine and hillbilly heroin. It's a great show. You'll love it.
I think I might have watched that. I can't remember. It's been a while back. But I did watch Far Down Below.
Uh-huh. Was that any good?
What's that one dude's name that Burt Reynolds? He played in that movie about that was all about the coal miners up down there.
Wasn't Deliverance, was it?
Oh yeah, that was.
Ding 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 ding. Ding 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 ding.
Sometimes I think Biden kind of looks like it.
He does. Doesn't he? Doesn't he look like that abomination? He kind of does. Yeah, man. I'll tell you what. Dueling Banjos. We used to have that on my mom's RCA record player, but she had a hi-fi record player. You know, the one with the tweed-looking speakers with the fake wood.
Oh yeah,
and yeah, she would play that in its stereo sound.
When I was a kid, my neighbor was an old retired school teacher.
Mm-hmm.
He had the most beautiful cursive handwriting. It was just so elegant. But she had an old Victrola, and she'd put one of those cone-shaped records.
Yep, I remember.
Put that on there and crank it up.
Yeah.
Play Turkey on the turkey in the straw.
Yep. No, my grandmother had an old Pictola as well, and I remember them very much. She used to have an old a rotary phone, but it was wooden, and it had obviously the single earpiece and the vocal box for the receiver, and you would have to.
I grew up in the hollers.
Yeah.
Stuff come here, and when seriously, my mom had 12 kids, and I'm the ninth one.
We have a viewer who's asking if you are part of Big Blue Nation and a Wildcat.
Oh yeah, we support our Kentucky boys.
So
now I'm not too fond of the Cardinals. As far as I can figure, with Louisville being down there,
yeah,
them people, they just on the river is the only thing that separates them from over in Indiana.
Yeah. So let me ask you an age-old question. We'll probably do the pizza question with pineapple, but do you believe that bourbon is the only true whiskey and mash is shit?
Mash is shit.
Thank you. I love you, sister. Loretta, if you're not married and something bad happens to Olivia, I'll give you a call. Give you a call. Just saying.
Well, we're only an hour from down in Lordstown in my old Kentucky home, and down there where they had all of the bourbon.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been down there, and they make the bourbon, and it's, oh man, those big vats and everything. I mean, it's something to see. And as soon as I can, I'm going to get you and Leroy both one.
Oh, we love our bourbon. So I can't stand mash, but I love a good bourbon. So,
well, my daddy makes moonshine, and somebody else makes moonshine, and I mean, you don't want to take too much of that. That's sipping on that stuff.
Nope, that cleans you out.
Horrible
we
memories of moonshine.
Yeah, I drank some moonshine when I was 12.
Oh,
and
God.
we drank it. It was up in Ojai, Oakview, and my dad brought it home from the golf course, and a couple good old boys in the backwoods of Ojai came in and gave him a couple contraband Cuban cigars and a jar of moonshine. And man,
down here, it's legal to have pot.
Yeah.
Kentucky legalized pot down here. It was on the ballot, and I voted against it.
Yeah.
Because they have brought so much dope into the hills down here.
Oh yeah.
And fentanyl and all of those hardcore things.
Yeah.
I lost a great nephew and a great niece, both to fentanyl.
Oh Lord, I'm so sorry.
They were young, and it's bad. But I voted against it because people around here grow pot.
Oh
and
yeah.
It's stronger than you'd ever want to get a hold of.
Yeah. Harlan County had a vote on that. They, if I'm not mistaken, they went ahead and subsidized some of those farms and turned them into pot farms. And I'm not a big fan of it. Listen, I like if you want to smoke marijuana recreationally in your home, that's fine. But putting under state ordinance, everyone's like, well, you regulate alcohol. Yeah, but it's not the state that distributes it. You know what I mean? And
right, and now this year he's wanting to make a run for the presidency here in 28, and he's so liberal. He's so, I can't stand the man.
Yeah.
And Lexington is our biggest city. It's probably an hour and some away from me.
Yep.
Where I'm at, I'm right up here in the tri-state, in the corner of West Virginia, Ohio, and Kentucky.
Oh, we're not too far from it. I mean, it's the other side of West Virginia, but we are literally on the border of East West Virginia. I mean, we can throw a rock at West Virginia from my house.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I'm up here for half an hour. I can be in Portsmouth, Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
And 45 minutes I can be in Ashland. And yeah. So anyway, that's I hear all these other dialects, and I thought I'd give you a good laugh that you're from a hillbilly down here.
I think it's great that you called it. I mean, honestly, I could talk to you for 20 hours. You're like the easiest person in the world to talk to because you talk like I do when I'm not on live. I can't stand talking fast. I like to talk slow, and I like to let people say what they want to say and get it out at their own leisure. I can't do that on the show, but I'm doing it now because I love talking like this. I love Southern people. I love my grandmother. They all came from Marietta, Georgia, and they were the Spears and the Peacocks, and they were just
And you got posters down there in Marietta.
yeah.
And I was Jonesboro where they filmed that railroad depot where they filmed part of that Gone with the Wind.
Yeah, yeah,
I was down there.
yeah. Surprisingly enough, a lot of Kentuckians came up from Georgia into Kentucky, and there's a lot of names that are synonymous in Georgia, big names that are also in Kentucky as well. So
we are the only county. The Ohio River is the Mason-Dixon line.
Yeah, yeah, same
and
thing.
we're the only county that fought the revolution, or not the revolution, which both my parental grandparents fought in the American Revolution. But we got the only courthouse with a statue honoring the Union soldier.
Mm. Yeah,
And there's nobody in the South that's got one except us.
Yeah, we're right on the Mason-Dixon line too here in Virginia, and you literally walk outside my front door and go down 100 feet, and you have walls that were built with the North and the South that they would fire muskets across, and you have open land where battles were fought right in our
pretty
backyard.
sure there was a battle fought.
It's not pretty sure. It was 100%. There's historical tours all around this area where the battles were fought. So there were definitely rebels in the woods and exchanging fire with Union soldiers right in our backyard. And American Revolution was fought in here too. So there's a lot of history where we're at in our home.
During down through the hills there, they've got Pine Mountain and all of that going down toward Harlan County and all up and down through there. Geez, oh Pete, I lost my place. I lost my mind.
You talking about Harlan County? We're talking about the battles that happened up in that area.
Yeah, there's a lot of battles. Oh, down here in Maysville.
Okay.
We have got one of the oldest distilleries. That came into Kentucky. It's the oldest winery and the oldest distillery for bourbon. And
it's in the country or in Kentucky?
No, it's here in the county.
No. What I mean is, it's the oldest in the country, or it's the oldest distillery in Kentucky.
In the country.
Yeah, you know what? I think I know what you're talking about, because there's a place outside of Wilsonville in Oregon that has like the second or third oldest whiskey distillery and winery. And I had a chance to stay there, and I can't remember the name for the life of me. One of the greatest places in the world. It's ridiculous. All old white barn that's been reestablished, and old copper pots and kennels in there, and they've got an old stone granite crushing machine that was imported from Italy. And
yeah. This one down here, it was closed down for a long time, but they brought it back open. And anyway, down there too is where they have Daniel Boone came through and cleared the pathway through.
Yep.
And they had cabins there that Daniel Boone lived at, and right on down the road there a piece, they had Blue Licks Battlefield State Park. And that's where Daniel Boone's son lost his life in that battle. So
Great
a
history.
lot of history.
Oh, I love that shit. Like I can do that all day. I love that. Like that's what I'm excited for T.S. Dixon to come out here, and why I want Ollie North to sit with us, because I would just chat with him for hours. Loretta, you say you've been watching a while. Why do you watch the show? What is it about the show that you like?
I don't know. When I first came on, he was just really giving hell to all them people that was calling in, harassing you and aggravating you. And you was, and I was just like, I was sitting there watching, and I'm thinking, God. And then I kept watching. I don't know if it was because you was cussing them so much. And I was like, good grief, he sounds like me when I'm mad.
I was hot. I got hot in the old days. I don't get as hot as I used to, but
I see you really mellowed out.
it's not mellowed out. It's just I care
You
less.
got mellow in your old age.
No, I care less. Like I don't. This isn't to be rude, Loretta, but some of the trolls that come on here, like I feel like I've graduated, and it's beating up a 6-year-old. It's just there's no fun in it, you know. So I've moved on. I've moved on to a higher caliber of debate, and I just don't. I don't find it to be challenging anymore. I just find out what type of relationship they want to have. And if they want to get to knuckle dragging insults, I hit them quick and then get rid of them. Or if they want to have a debate and have a really good conversation, then I'm okay with that too. And it can be contentious, but I don't have the time to. I just get my frustrations out on a daily basis, so I'm not angst up anymore. I've gotten it all out. I feel pretty good.
Yeah, I think you have, and that's why I stuck around, because I was really thinking I don't want to sit here and listen to that.
Yeah.
But I like history. I like politics, and there's nobody here for me to talk to. And not only that, but I thought I'd let you know that Massey's peaches are ripe, and he picked them off the tree.
I missed that last part. Could you say it again?
Yeah, I just thought I'd let you know that Thomas Massey's peaches are ready on his tree.
Okay.
And he was picking those on the one tree that he covered because the frost got the rest of them.
He's doing okay though?
Yeah. He lives right up there by my daughter up the holler.
Uh-huh.
I thought about taking him right up the holler and doing a video going up the holler and taking a picture of his mansion on the hill there.
Uh-huh.
I have to give it to him, though. He's worked hard to get that house and build it. That he, everything to maintain that. But my brother cooked for him and had a big pig roast down here, and he paid for everything, and we got him elected down here to be our county judge executive. That he had higher views, he had his eyes on higher targets. So,
but do you don't agree with me on Thomas though, right?
Well, I have listened to him more since then.
Yeah.
I guess I kind of just knew his mama, and I knew him, and I know some of the things he does, and he'd come out to the high school and showed the kids his things that he made. He's just overall pretty likable guy.
Well, it's not his decorum, and it's not his vocabulary, and it's certainly not his intelligence. I love all those things about him. I just don't like obstructionists. And
well, that's the thing, was I've been watching, and you brought it out, and he another video I saw him do. Well, he's one of my Facebook friends.
Oh, okay, good.
So anyway, he says he doesn't really care if you call him a Republican or a liberal or whatever. He doesn't matter about that. But No, I don't. I don't. Your views of him, I know him as a person down here.
Right, right. And yeah, I
but-
I never speak on somebody's character that I don't know. I can only speak on the character that they portray. So,
Well,
yeah,
I've seen more different sides of him since he's been up there.
yeah,
I do wonder, though, the last year that he lost his wife,
yeah.
young to cancer and everything, that is, I don't know, things up there. He claims to be staying in a camper that he started and has these raw meals that he stays in up there when he's in D.C. and all kinds of stuff that he still kind of stays grounded, but still, I don't know. There's sides of him that I don't know, that I don't see.
Yeah, I just don't. I don't appreciate his views on Jews, and I think he is getting more and more caught up in you know the rhetoric and taking advantage of this woke right that really doesn't like the Jewish people, and he's starting to make some rhetoric that sounds. You know what it sounds like? It reminds me of the days of burning crosses and hoods to me.
I'm starting to see that. I mean, he's I mean, basically we're in a white place down
here. Yeah.
I mean, we had one Asian family, and the black people that was here, they actually did descend out of the slavery.
Yeah.
And
it's big in Kentucky.
Yeah, but they've lived here around all of our lives, and we've never even looked at them like they was black.
Well, right. Yeah, of course not. Of course not.
And they're still here, and they're friends, and but we got maybe 1,400, and another thing was the Warrior Ridge that they've just gotten that started. I think I sent that to you in the email. But I just wondered if it was something you'd be interested in.
Well, I try to get to all of them, Loretta, but now that you and we certainly haven't broken bread, but we've exchanged pleasantries, I tend to listen to people more when they participate in a human level with me versus digital means. So the fact, and you've always been someone who I enjoy. I love your humor and I love your contributions. But now that you and I have had a chance to exchange pleasantries, I'll probably read those a lot quicker than I usually do. And it's not because I don't find value in people, but I have to have some sort of ballast that keeps me. Because if I read everything, I just would never find the time of day. And I get probably 200-300 messages a day. So I get my quality. Yeah.
That was just one thing, because my family's always been a military family all my life, and through wars ever since the beginning with the revolution, and that they just started this thing down here, and like I said, we're only like maybe 1,400 people down here, and Lewis County is such a big county.
Yeah, yeah.
Nothing here for anybody. Everybody has to go out of town to work.
Nothing wrong with that. That's where we live. We live in the same thing. We love it, love it, love it. Put me in the middle of the sticks, and I'd rather see an animal than a human being, to be honest with you. Loretta, I got to go. I got to go. Our yogurt shop's going to close. I just want to tell you, this has been my favorite conversation I've ever had on this show. I'm not going to lie to you. I loved it. Yeah, I really appreciate you calling in.
I want to say hello to all the dummies out there.
Yes, ma'am.
Love you, and I appreciate everything y'all say and do, and I just feel right at home here.
Well, we love you and appreciate you. Don't leave, and if I piss you off, you let me know, okay?
Thanks, Loretta.
All right, bye, Loretta. You be good. We'll talk soon. You better call in again.
I will.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, man.
Bye.
Oh, I just love people. I love characters, real people. Like the people who try to act like that on TV and just can't. You cannot be that wholesome and salt of the earth. 5 seconds in the conversation, I'm like, oh, this is just like my grandma. She's just like my grandma Ethel, and she's Southern Belle, and she's a fireball. She's a spitfire, and I love people like that. I just love that type of conversation and dialogue.
People are saying they're really liking the phone calls, so maybe we should dedicate one show.
I just think we should just do phone calls. Start really taking phone calls and just push it. We don't push enough. Everything we push goes. We just need to push it.
Yep.
Just call into the damn show. Let's have a conversation.
So I gotta be quick because I gotta go. So
CJ
Jenkins, great show. Thank you so much. 2110. Also, speaking of T.S. Dixon, he'll be in house next Thursday. Our first official guest in the new studio.
Yep.
His plane is leaving a little bit earlier than we thought, so we are going to be starting the show at 6:00 on Thursday, so he could be here for at least an hour.
6:00, but we're going to do a recorded show. But yeah, 6:00 will be our go time.
Yep. So, but yeah, we'll be on that, the whole time, but we'll have TS on for the first hour. So,
so
just
TS,
wanted to let y'all know.
Yep. Want to say thank you everyone for the donations tonight. We appreciate you. We're going to enjoy our weekend unless something happens, but we're going to go enjoy it. We hope you do too. Go over to thedumbshow.com, get yourself 10% off. People have been buying coffee and books and t-shirts and hats, and thank you helping out the store. We do appreciate it. We have some good stuff. We'll continue to do the phone calls as long as you guys keep calling in. We appreciate it. We love our regular callers, but it's good to get some new blood. And it's not because the old blood doesn't have something to say. It's that the old blood's been carrying the load for a year. And this is, I think, the most we've had in a long time. So we will continue to do it as long as you do it. If we don't cover all the things we want to, we don't care. We would rather honestly talk to y'all and have
interesting.
Have a good conversation. And you guys got to include Olivia too. All right. Thanks for watching. Bobby said, is it the Vin Distillery? I don't remember. This was 15 years ago, but I know it's outside of Wilsonsville, and I'll find it for you. But I looked at some of the pictures. Those old copper kettle, built into the floor. It was an amazing distillery. I mean, just unbelievable. And some amazing food, and they had great cheese boards, and oh God, I loved it. And it was just, I smoked a cigar and sat there, and we must have went through 2 bottles between about 12, 13 people. Just delicious. We're going to go. Good night, everybody. Thanks for watching the Don't Unfriend Me Show. Thank you for being awesome. We'll see you next time. Good night. Yeah.
This is the Don't Unfriend Me Show with your hosts, Matt, Leroy, Amy.
Charmin says she likes your t-shirt.
Geopolitics, military analysis,
get it at the store.
Get it at the shop.
Coming to you live on all major social media channels at The Dumb Show. Honest, direct, unfiltered. We can agree, we can disagree. Just don't unfriend me.